Starting out hot.
Huh.
Remember when it was my birthday
Okay.
and we were supposed to throw bricks at piñatas in the woods, and we never did any of that?
Oh, man. You found the decorations, didn't you?
Ooh. We still have the piñata.
Where's the pizza one?
Or was I think so.
I thought that was one of the kids' parties.
No, we didn't do it, and that's why we were going to throw bricks at it and burn shit.
That was the end of semester party you wanted.
Well, I didn't get it.
I know. I'm sorry. Something happened.
Well, guess what now is? The end of semester.
You want me to throw an end of semester party?
Fuck yeah.
In December.
Well, it was supposed to be like an awesome thing.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be like, I forget all the things.
I think you worked the entire time, didn't you?
Oh, blame my job.
Yes.
I tell you all the time.
I'll blame
I will
BB
never
Dubs
go back.
every fucking time.
I'll never go back. Pay my bills. I won't go back.
You need to keep working. I'm sorry.
Nah. But do I?
Yes.
Daddy Warbucks.
I'm not Daddy Warbucks. I'm fucking poor.
Whatever. Do you even love me?
I do.
Whatever.
And I would love to throw you that party.
Yeah, me too.
I just like to party, so if I'm invited, I'm on your side if I'm invited.
For sure.
But you're not drinking.
I mean, I'll make one of those. That's what I was saying earlier.
That'll be the
It'll have to
exception.
be planned days, not
Yeah.
just I come home, I'm a drink. It's like, oh no, this is 2 weeks from now. I got plenty of time to save up money for gin. Like,
I'm really enjoying
Gin and
how
tonic.
doable this diet, like this no drinking thing's become.
yeah, it's. I did it fine in July. I think it was July. Yeah, I did it fine in July, and it's just no drinking beer is the big thing. And then if I'm gonna drink, if I must drink,
If I must.
If I must drink, like my little brother's
Jesus.
18th birthday party,
Well,
I
yeah,
wasn't gonna
absolutely,
not drink. it.
right.
So yeah, I made me some crick waters all night. So that's it.
I don't drink enough to give up drinking.
See, that's the thing, me too. Like, I don't really drink like wine anymore just because it's so bad for me.
Yeah,
But like, I'll throw back some liquor.
yeah. See, I'm not really a big into liquor.
See, that's what I always drink anyway. I'm not big into beer or anything. So for me, but like I drink maybe like drink once every couple of months.
Yeah,
So it's like if I wanted to just smash something that's terrible, it's once every couple of months. Yeah. It's not going to do anything.
I like really drink like once
Like in
every
the
couple of
summer
days.
and stuff, it might be like a little
A
more.
little
Just
more
you're
often,
doing
yeah,
like
'cause it's
you're
the
doing
summer.
shit. Yeah.
No, I drink like a lot, like every couple of days.
Yeah.
Or so.
See, I don't.
Like I drank so much because it's a holiday weekend and just fucking like
Right.
It's the freaking
it's just
weekend.
stressful and shit. Yeah, it's just stressful. So I drank I pretty much stayed drunk from Thursday till Christmas morning.
Jesus.
I'm not even exaggerating.
It's like 5
Either
days.
Wednesday or Thursday till Christmas morning. Most of that's a blur. I obviously wasn't drunk at work, but as soon as I would get off of work, I'd start drinking, and then I'd pass out, and then wake up 6 hours later hungover as shit. And I did that for 5 days.
Like
or
if I
so.
get real drunk, I have no desire to even drink for like a month.
Yeah,
I get like real drunk.
If I get real drunk, I get no desire to drink for. It used to be like a couple of hours. Like I'd wake up hungover and then be like, "Ugh, let's go get some beers." But now it's like a couple of days. It's like, especially after that, it's like, all right.
Yeah, like I need a break.
Your body.
I'm
Probably
not
just
drinking.
needs a
I don't.
break.
I think I'm. Well, I'm gonna have a couple of beers tomorrow, but I'm gonna take it easy, and then I'm gonna really drink on New Year's Eve because
That's
I have
one of
a
those
couple of shows
days.
on New Year's Eve.
You have a couple of shows on New Year's.
That's
Eve.
what I told my boss anyway. I'm not fucking no. Give me a 4-day goddamn weekend.
I am off New Year's
I'm not
Eve
doing
and New
go
Year's
in
Day.
Monday, have Tuesday off, and then finish the week after Tuesday twice
For
in a
sure.
row. I just
Right.
did that this week.
Right.
I'm getting 4 days off next week. It was Friday, Saturday. I'm gonna get off. Monday I'm calling off, and then Tuesday we have off anyway because it's a holiday. So, and then 3-day week next week. That's my Christmas vacation. I just do 2 3-day. Well, 1 3-day week, I guess.
Oh man, I'll have next Tuesday off. That's about it.
Is that
Yeah.
New Year's Eve or New Year's Day?
That's
You off
New
New
Year's
That's New
Year's
Year's Day.
I'm off New Year's Day.
Well, that's tits though.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's
you
the
need off.
one.
You don't want New Year's Eve off.
And then
That's
work
the-
New Year's Day
and
at
then work
6
New Year's-
a.m. Fuck
That's
that.
the worst idea
What's the
ever.
point?
That's
Yeah.
fucking. You know where they do that is communism.
Right. That would just be the worst.
That'd be the fucking. I'd probably quit over that. I don't think you know how serious I am. I'd walk out
I'm
on a dog. for
legitimately
that
like,
shit.
I'm just not coming back
Yeah.
anymore. I'm sorry, I can't be here with
I'm
you.
big. I'll find more security / truck driver jobs /
Right.
labor jobs.
Yeah, I'm big enough and young enough to carry stuff still. So like,
Yeah.
deuces.
I'm still kind of valuable. I'm kind of valuable to the system.
Me, I just look good in a dress shirt, and people for some reason trust me. So
Trust you with their parcels.
yeah, you know who looks responsible? That guy.
That's an underused word. Is parcels.
Parcels.
Yeah.
Parcels.
You know what else is? I busted.
Post.
I've busted this
Post.
word out just like randomly, and people laugh at me every time I do it. But it's the only word I could think of. Varmint.
Environment?
Like varmint. Like yeah, like a varmint. Like a fucking
Like a
little-
mouse?
Like bigger than a critter, smaller than an animal. Like a varmint.
Yeah.
Like a muskrat.
Yeah.
Or like a
Like a
Like a
possum?
possum. Yeah, possum.
I
I wouldn't
gotcha.
say a beaver. A beaver's a varmint, but it's like a.
Large.
It's
Some
more
sort
of
of
a critter, though.
groundhog.
But we kind
groundhog.
groundhog's like kind of like a varmint. I call a groundhog a critter as well. I don't know. I don't know where my
I guess it
varmint
depends-
critter line
It
is.
probably depends on the size of
'Cause
the groundhog.
For sure, squirrel's a critter. Like for sure, rabbits are critters. You know what I mean? But like muskrats are kind of ugly and possums are kind of ugly,
I think
so
it's
they're
the
varmints.
cuteness.
You know what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
that's the
Between
determining
critters,
factor.
yeah. I think that I'm just now realizing that about myself.
Like a ferret. It's just not cute.
Yeah, no, that's a varmint.
Dude, people that own ferrets are fucking creeps.
I fucking Jesus Christ. That is a 100% red flag creep alert. Fucking owning a ferret.
Nobody owns one ferret.
No.
N-
They
not
own-
once ever.
Don't they smell like shit?
Because they
I've
shit
known pe-
everywhere.
I've known people that like own ferrets.
Ugh.
Yeah.
They've never made more than $10 an hour
Do
No.
they have rat tails?
because they're fucking
Do they
creeps.
all have rat tails?
They're-
I don't know who else would
Have you
own
ever
these
like
ferrets.
met a ferret? I don't think I would like to meet a ferret.
I've met a ferret.
How was it?
It was fine.
I heard they can be like bitey sometimes.
They are
but,
bitey.
yeah.
It's just as fine as like meeting something's like someone's bird. Like it's
Eh.
fine and like there's a novelty to it,
This
and then
is-
you're like, I want to go home.
They were-
Yeah,
they were
it's,
cool when
It's this is fine. I'm not gonna freak out, but I need to leave soon.
And then it's like, I'm not going to talk to you anymore because you ain't a bird. Like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Only with a ferret.
bird isn't as
Well,
bad. But
It depends
I
on the
think-
bird.
Yeah,
it's cool like when you're 13,
Oh, well, yeah.
yeah. Like,
but when you're
ferret
like 18 or to 20 and like you're like, I still got ferrets,
or
man.
43.
Or 40. Yeah, I was thinking more like,
Like,
middle age,
it's
and
like
that's what
way
you
worse.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah, like 20 to 30 is where I'm talking. Like even like that's too old to have a ferret.
That's-
yeah,
yeah. But not old enough to be lonely
My ferret
enough
had
for a
babies,
ferret.
man.
Anybody want ferret babies? That's how people end up with 37 ferrets.
That's fucking disgusting. You need
Yeah.
to flush those goddamn things down the goddamn
Yeah,
toilet.
ferrets
Yeah.
are gross.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm not a big fan of caged animals at all, really.
Yeah, it's
You like
you know,
hamsters?
I would.
It's a
What's
lot-
that about?
I
This is
had
the
a
thing, they're
hamster when I
cute.
was a kid, but it was a dwarf hamster, and they known to like bite hard.
Yeah.
Like bite really hard.
Yeah.
And I wanted a hamster that I could just like hold and just like fuck around.
And
with.
your
I was,
mom was
10.
like, "This is hilarious."
And my mom didn't know any better. She's
I
like,
thought
and then,
she thought it
and
was
then
funny.
the lady, like, we went. She got me a hamster, and the lady's like, just make sure you hold him all the time. Hold him, blah, because it'll break. That motherfucker bit me so hard, like immediately, like 3 times. And I'm like, fuck this. But he was my buddy. I named him Cyrano.
See,
I would have fucking spiked that thing on the ground as soon as it bit me the first
Yeah,
time.
I never held it. It's just, and that was the thing. It was like, I mean, it sucked
Like,
when
what's
he
the
died, but it
point?
was also like, and that's the other thing.
When
they
they
have
die-
like, I guess, not a long shelf life.
yeah, they're
either.
like, I think it's like a 3-year lifespan.
yeah.
Thank God.
And when they die, it's like you want to be sad because that's your pet, but at the same time, you're like, that's a
I
fucking
felt
relief.
nothing. I
Like,
mean, it was.
it's relief. Like, oh, now I don't have to
it was
deal
like,
with your
yeah,
shit. Like, I don't
yeah,
have to clean
one
your
less-
cage.
I was over it in a day.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know?
That's the thing. Is like that's what I mean. It's like a novelty. They're fun to play
It's kind
with.
of like a fish, but a fish, I'd just be like, fuck.
Oh, I
if
hate
a fish
fish.
died. I think fish can be badass, but I feel like you have to like
yeah,
have
the
like
shark.
you have to be rich enough to have like a cool ass tank.
Well, that's what I mean.
And big
like,
fish like that.
and I
you
don't
know?
want to take care of something I can't snuggle.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I really like my dogs. Like I can snuggle
Dogs-
them.
Dogs, I feel just like they're sentient. You know,
yeah, they're a
fish
whole
or
different
goldfish. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, I don't even think it has feelings. I don't care if it does.
Yeah, they have only. And this might be just like some urban legend, but like a memory span of 3 seconds.
I think I heard that. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's true. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
like
not
fuck
sure
that
about
thing.
that.
It doesn't remember.
Yeah.
I want something that knows me and loves me.
Yeah.
When I come
like a
home, my
dog.
dogs are the most excited that they literally cry.
Yeah.
If I come home to a fish,
Yeah.
that fish is not gonna give a shit.
Who are you? Like, I've literally watched Leo scream with excitement when someone
Right.
walks in this door.
Yeah. Yeah, like Debo gets like he doesn't pant and have his mouth open. His mouth is closed. The corners of his mouth go up and his eyes squint. He fucking smiles when I come home every time. Like that's something that's a pet.
Yeah, get
you
a
know?
fish.
Yeah, and like cats too. Cats aren't, I don't think, as expressive as dogs, but like
They're
cats
not, but
got a
there's-
thing there.
yeah.
It's more subtle, but cats count too.
I almost got a cat the other day.
Don't you ever,
Ooh.
oh, dude, wait.
Listen, lately I've been doing this thing where I get intoxicated in the daytime, and then
you
I
look
find
at
random.
pets.
No, I find random critters stuck in my fence.
Oh,
It's
So-
happened twice in the past
Twice
week.
this week.
damn.
So the first time it was a chicken. I
Oh,
went.
okay.
I went to let Riley out, and I like saw something move out of the corner of my eye, so I grabbed her, and I pulled her back in, and there's a goddamn chicken in my yard, and it's like the neighbor
Who
down the
has
street.
chickens around?
The
Someone down
neighbor,
street?
yeah, the one at the end of the street in the brick
Yeah.
house, but they're like, and basically like almost in our backyard, and I don't know how it really got in my fence, but it was stuck.
Yeah.
So I like was trying to shoo it into the backyard and it jumped on top of my fence. And then it jumped into the tree and got stuck in the tree. But that's
Stupid
no longer
chickens.
my yard. So I left it in the tree and that was the end of that.
Yeah, it either found its way home or it didn't.
Well, I let Riley out after I got it out of the fence and she just barked at it and just until it got out of the tree.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was in the tree for hours though.
See, chickens is different. I know people, like I've grown up with people with chickens and
Yeah.
stuff, and Dylan's parents have chickens. They give you free eggs.
Yeah.
So that's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
they
probably
don't
why
have
they
names
have
and
them.
And
shit.
I
They
know
just
I know that we're in a
keep the coop
town.
clean, in exchange for you pay for bird seed and stuff. Bird seed and keep a coop clean in exchange for
For
like
eggs
the best
forever.
eggs you will ever have.
Right.
You know.
Well, I know it's illegal being in town and everything to
But I'm not
have
gonna
that.
be a dick about
No,
it.
but we have this agreement. It's an unspoken agreement where I don't tell on you for having that chicken coop, and you don't tell on me when I accidentally burn down the entire neighborhood starting a bonfire in the yard.
It's pretty fair. It's pretty fair trade.
I'd say that's even. I'd say that's about even.
Because it's happened more than once. So
Okay.
like, and no one's called the cops.
Yeah, no one really cares.
Fair enough.
Well, anyway, and then what was it? 2 days ago? I don't know. I hear Riley outside howling. The little dogs are barking, and so I go out there. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm in a nightgown, literally no shoes, no socks, and like an old lady grandma nightgown. It's the day after Christmas. No, it was Christmas. I don't know, day before Christmas. So I go out there to see what all the commotion is. And all three dogs are cowering in the corner of the fence. And there's this little orange cat just growling at them. And they're all scared. All three of them scared.
Yeah.
So I yell for them. I get them in the house. And I see the cat has like a collar on. And it's like running to all the corners of the fence. Like can't figure out how to get out. So I called for her. And she just came right to me. Jumped right up in my arms. And she had a phone number on her tag. So I brought her in. I took her upstairs in the bathroom so I could close the door. And we sat there and I called and the lady was like, just put her back outside. She comes home. And I was like, you sure? I was like, yeah, I can bring her back. And she was
Yeah.
like, nope, just throw her out.
Well, all right.
And I was like, okay. So her name was Mango.
Oh, nice.
And I put her in the driveway and she just looked at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, go home, Mango. And she just stared at me. I was like, get the fuck out, Mango. Like, I loved her.
Cyborg look like she's had like surgery to like
Yes.
try
she
to
looks
fix
like
her
she has
face.
cheeks.
Yeah, kind of.
She's trying to look less ghoulish.
She's probably trying to look like a
Yeah.
girl.
I like. She's a lot prettier than she used to be.
Yeah, because you could tell she was just like just doing straight test back in the day.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
She looks like
Probably
that's
way
gonna
too young
permanently-
also.
Yeah, and that's gonna permanently change some things about your anatomy.
She looks
I-
like a creature.
I
Like,
I kind of do, and I'm no expert though, but I kind of do believe that has an effect on her movements and stuff now. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
oh,
still,
it's
like,
changed
carried
everything
over.
about her.
But that's why, and I fucking love Chris Cyborg, don't get me wrong, but I always root for the Natty, and I've fucking been a huge Amanda Nunez fan since I saw her destroy my wife.
Dude,
Hashtag Misha Tate.
or my brother calls
Tits
her,
Magoo.
Tits Magoo.
Yeah.
Tits McGee.
But dude, I think this fight might be to decide who is the best female fighter to do it.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, Cyborg's far from being out of her prime. Amanda Nunes is just kind of
Well,
still
we discussed
getting
that
into
because we
hers.
don't know that.
Yeah.
Because there's never been a female MMA fighter to retire yet.
Right.
It's so new.
So we don't know their prime.
Like, there's older women that just weren't good in the first place doing it.
Yeah.
yeah, and they're
Or
still just
Hanja
hanging
Housey.
around or whatever.
Yeah. But, like, you've never seen someone go from their prime to, like,
Yeah,
retirement.
retire from,
There's no female Chuck Liddells. You know, there's no female Mark Kerrs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. We don't have, we don't have the, Randy Couture's and shit like
I'm trying
that.
to think what year was it when women were first allowed to
In the UFC?
in the UFC? Yeah.
2013?
That
that's
sounds about right.
crazy.
Maybe even later.
But then there was like Strikeforce. That's half the reason Strikeforce was so big.
Yeah.
Because they let women. They had Ronda Rousey.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
that
they
was-
had Ronda Rousey and Misha Tate fucking having wars,
And
Yeah.
Ronda
And then
was
when the
just
UFC
killing
bought-
people.
fucking dumping bitches on their head.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have an answer for the judo. You know,
Right.
it's a lot of women. It started same thing with guys. Like a lot of guys just had like one discipline.
Yeah, you were a
They all did
boxer.
that.
You were a
Yeah.
wrestler.
And there were some women that were like trying to be well rounded or whatever, but it was still kind of a new thing because female boxing is kind of all but dead. Other than like Clarissa Shields, I can't
Yeah.
name any other female
Right.
boxer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's she went through with her judo and we're just fucking everyone up. And
It's
then,
just
like,
crazy it took that long.
yeah,
Yeah,
but that's the
it's-
thing. They got a fucking pro boxer and pro kickboxer, Holly Holm, who's been doing it forever.
Right.
And and that's the thing. Ronda, if she didn't have her false confidence given to her by her god awful striking coach, or just even had a better striking coach and had the game plan of going in, getting the clinch, dumping Holly Holm on her head, she would have ripped her arm off.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like
whoop
she's
that
her
ass.
fucking.
Yeah.
There's this 5-part like mini series things of her going up to Stockton and training with the Diaz brothers right before Ronda was famous.
Yeah.
And it was cool because she's like geeking out because like Nick and Nate Diaz are way more famous
Right.
than she is
Who?
at
Right.
the time.
Holly was.
Ronda Rousey.
Oh, Ronda.
And
Ronda
she's
went to
like-
go
yeah.
see the DS?
Yeah, for like 5 days, like right before she was in the UFC and shit. And she like was rolling with them and shit, and,
Yeah.
like rolling at Caesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and she was showing them like hip tosses and they're all showing her like certain jiu-jitsu shit. It was fucking really cool.
Yeah,
and
that
then they
is
go
really
mountain
cool.
biking and then there's a scene where clearly Nate got Ronda Rousey and her friend really high when the camera was off. Like clearly. Oh man, you got to see it. It's pretty cool, man. I just watched it again the other day.
It was February in 2013.
That's
Oh.
crazy.
Bang on the nose.
Boom.
2013.
I remember, I was trying to remember, like, I thought it was 2015, but that's when I started watching.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
She got beat by Holly shortly before Connor got beat by Nate.
Mm-hmm.
And I started the night Connor got beat.
Yeah.
And what the fuck is wrong with that goddamn
I
dog?
don't know. I'm trying to make him not do it, but he's making it worse.
I
And
don't-
now there's a coyote in the mix,
Jesus.
and everybody has cold paws, and they all want
That's
to
probably
touch
why
me.
he's bitching.
What do you want me to do? Hold him on
Kill
my
him.
lap?
I don't care. Stop.
Wrap him in your shirt with you. He likes skin
No,
to
John
skin.
Wickham right now. I don't care.
Stop
I'm
it,
just messing with you. Don't really do that.
Vincent Thomas. You'll be out of this house before Leo will ever be out of this house.
Stay down.
Like if
I'm the one that's gonna have to bury the little fucker.
well, yeah.
I don't know if I can dig a hole that big.
Aw, Beanie, you can't help it.
Oh, but watch that wire over there. She's a bitch. Sorry, it went from women's MMA history to my dog's a fat fuck. And
No, I started getting into boxing ironically around the time I broke my hand. Because like I was getting older and it was one of those things where it's like I always like I was hanging out. A lot of my friends at the time were like way into sports, you know, like basketball primarily. And I got into basketball a little bit for a little while. I got pretty heavy into basketball for a while, actually. Tried to watch as many games as possible. But then I'm just thinking, it's like, yeah, basketball is cool, and I still think it's cool or whatever. But like I'd go to a game, but I was like, I just don't have my sport, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I've always fucking like loved boxing when I was a kid. Like I loved the Rocky movies, I loved the boxing video games, all this and that. So I'm like, yeah, there is a sport where people punch each other in the head.
It's called boxing.
It's called boxing. And then I looked up top American heavyweights and saw the name Deontay Wilder. I said, okay, who's this guy? Oh, he's 29. I think he was 28-0 with 28 knockouts at the time. And I was like, I'm going to watch this guy. Never been past the fourth round. Yeah. So that's how I got into boxing. And then just like about a year after that, I was just like, so what's going on with this? They're clearly doing more than just rolling around on the ground. Like, let's see what this is about, this MMA shit. And started watching Anderson Silva videos and started watching Diaz Brothers shit. And like Diaz Brothers, like, fucking everything from like fight highlights and like full fights that were allowed up on YouTube all the way to like just like funny moments and then flipping people off. And I was like, holy shit, these guys are badass. And then, yeah, just from there, Cowboy Cerrone, George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
That's actually when I started really listening to Joe Rogan Experience, too.
Oh, really?
Because he had a lot of MMA people on. And like, he had Uriah Faber on and shit. And I'm like early, way forever ago, had Uriah Faber on. Because I used to just listen to Getting Dug with High and I listened to a little bit of WTF, and then I don't know, there was a couple others.
You know what I've been branching out into recently?
What's that?
Is fucking true crime podcasts.
Oh shit!
Like I've been listening to a lot of like serial killer ones.
Yeah.
And like I got real interested in the Golden State Killer thing.
Who was that?
They called him the East Area Rapist.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
That's a powerful
It's a
name.
twofer.
Yeah. He's also the original Night Stalker.
Oh,
Not Richard Ramirez.
Okay, but the guy before him.
Yes.
Okay.
Patton Oswalt's wife was actually writing a book and broke like ground and information and figuring it out when she died.
No shit.
Yeah. So they finished her book, and shortly after that, like I guess it pointed them in the direction of the actual killer.
Yeah.
And the ultimate reason like why I never want to do any of those ancestry.com bullshit
Yeah.
actually was like perfect example right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they found him. It was ancestry.com DNA swab.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Cross-checked against the FBI
Oh
database.
wow, got him. How dumb can you be, you fuck nut?
It wasn't him.
It was
It was a relative.
Oh.
And then they report it like, okay, this genetic match is like has
It's
like
certain
paternal
things,
cousins
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, so what they did was they cross-checked her family tree and found out this guy who's the right age
Yeah, I mean, from there you narrow
living
it down.
was living in this area at the right time.
Yeah.
So they followed him around till he flipped a cigarette butt on the street, picked it up, and ran it against the DNA they had in their database. And they're
No
like,
shit.
fucking 100%.
Damn. So speaking of which, I don't know if I told you or not, but my cousin Amanda did the 23andMe.
Yeah.
And this is why that matters to me, because she is both my maternal and paternal cousin.
Uh-oh.
No shit.
There's no incest. What happened was my mom and her dad are siblings, and my dad and her mom are siblings.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Huh.
So
She's related to you.
there
in
was
full
some
circle.
in-laws. Yeah, there was some in-laws that got
That's
together, but
crazy.
there was never actual incest.
That's weird.
Little weird. So it's and I mean she's fucking like 6'1" and looks just like me. I mean
Yeah.
she's beautiful, but like
Right.
you know what I mean. I mean so am I.
Yeah.
So, but
Obviously,
she
yeah.
just
Duh.
kept herself in shape. I let myself get a little fat,
Right.
a little thick. But
Thick with
no,
two
so
Cs.
she did the 20 and 23andMe. So that basically means I did it. I feel you know what I mean. Like now we all. So
I don't think it's like that, buddy.
I don't think
I'm
that's how it
pre-
works, but
I'm
maybe.
pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. Like we don't have any different relatives.
I mean,
Like everyone I'm blood related to, so is she, and vice versa. We have the same two families.
that's true.
So she basically, I mean, she's
You're like twins,
And that's
but
the
without
other
the same
thing.
parents.
yeah, we're like definitely closer than cousins, but we're
But
like,
this will really narrow down like what percentage you are, like what parts of the genes made it into you specifically.
oh, okay, I see that. Well, I mean, it's close enough. The only surprising one that I must say is we have, well, she, and I
We.
imagine I do too, because again, we have all
Maybe.
the same family. Some Spanish.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some-
that's
very
probably the
small, like
same between
doesn't
the two
even
of you.
count.
Well,
But, like,
also, here's another good reason.
but it was all UK and Welsh outside of that, which
Yeah,
I knew
you
that.
knew.
So
Here's another reason why I shouldn't have it done. Let me find out that I am 2% African American.
You're pulling that card
Oh!
everywhere you go.
Oh,
dude,
it's like that episode of Sunny.
I got AIDS, gay AIDS.
No,
Not the
no,
gay ones.
No, I'm gonna say the N word.
that would be hilarious.
I'm gonna get fucking murdered.
What are
because-
the rules?
No, yes, it's not the same. I'm just gonna carry that fucking thing around with me.
yeah,
No, look.
I could say it. I can say it.
I want to do the 23andMe.
Yeah, I have
thing.
no African in me. I'm not surprised. I burn like fucking really.
Me
well, not
too.
anymore. I used to burn like
I
2
still
seconds. In
burn.
the sun. I was not surprised by that at all.
I also
Kind
don't-
of sucks. I would have liked to, just said yo once or
Right,
twice
what?
and just got it out of my system. But.
Yeah, like I just. Well, you got a lot of Viking in you, don't you?
No, mostly UK and then like a little French and then a tiny bit of German, but more Spanish and French than German and way more UK and Welsh.
Really?
Yeah, so more.
So you guys
Highlander,
all
I
look like
think.
fucking Vikings.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. Like I don't know where the Viking comes
It
from.
might have been fucking raped and pillaged into your fucking bloodline.
Could have been. Could have been. Which means I have some of that rape and pillage in my bloodline. Which
That explains a lot.
that does explain. I fucking like intense shit. So, but
Yeah.
like, I don't like to hurt people though.
You're like,
you
I
know?
like rape so bad.
I like rape so
like,
much, guys.
like a
I
group of
love rape.
Vikings could have run into like a English and Welsh town.
Right.
Yeah.
Just run through, raped all their women, just kept going through. They're survivors.
I'm gonna make your whole family line tall. Huh.
Pretty much.
Tall and not good at basketball. Huh.
They raped an extra 10 inches into everyone.
Every single one of them.
Bunch of smelly Welsh people, smelly Welsh villagers running around with fucking cheese or whatever they do down there. No, I'm just kidding. I know a little bit about Wales. Wales, that's actually a bucket list. I would love to go to Wales one day.
I'd just like to leave this continent
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
and just not come back.
yeah.
My
that'd be
goal
cool,
is
too.
to like travel for the next, let's say, 10 years. And in those 10 years, find like some places I really want to be.
And
And
then
in 10 years, my kids are grown.
yeah, and then go
And then I
there.
and I just go there and don't come back.
That's a pretty legit plan.
Yeah, just travel until
Yeah.
then, because I don't want to just go somewhere forever that I don't know.
Yeah.
That's going to be where's Mom and Vince? Oh.
Not,
My parents.
I
my
know where they're
parents-
not.
yeah.
I came back from my first week at school and there was a for sale sign.
My parents used to joke like that, but I'm not sure it's much of a joke.
Yeah,
feel like
let
they're
Derek
really
leave
like-
that house one day.
Yeah, I feel like they're like really looking at Florida or something, or fucking New Orleans maybe.
Well, they should. Good for them.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Get the
down
fuck
with it.
out.
I can do Mardi Gras.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That'd be
I
cool.
can do like shrimp and spicy shit all the
Shrimp
time.
and like red beans.
Yeah, I can do red beans.
I can't do that like all the time.
I
I don't
can
like
do it
any of
all
that
the time.
shit.
Dude, oh,
Dude, I'm gonna starve to death there. Like, do they have Taco Bell? Because I'm gonna die.
I'm sure they do. There's too many drunk people around there to not have a Taco Bell.
It's true.
That'll just be one of those
But they
places
probably
we have to
also
go
have
to.
like taco trucks.
I just feel,
Right, like
I just
real
feel like New
tacos.
Orleans probably stinks a lot.
Oh fuck yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It's
gotta smell
swampy.
like puke and sin.
I mean, that's a lot of redneck mating with a lot of French.
Humid ass rednecks.
Oh, Shante.
Oh, Shantae, motherfucker. Ew.
I don't know if I want to live there.
Yeah.
I've changed my mind.
And this smells like gator asshole.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's eating catfish.
E.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Catfish on a stick. I
Like,
don't know.
now
if
that I
that's his
think
name.
about it, like
Still has the head.
Yeah.
I would never last there because like I would just have to have coffee until I'm dead.
I feel like everyone is Vicky Valancourt.
Yes.
Look at that. Oh, everyone.
Vicky Valancourt's wife material, in my opinion. Let me get down there.
I have like very few spirit animals. Vicky Valancourt is one of them.
Yeah.
And then like
Artemis
from Sunny. And then like Molly Weasley from Harry Potter. Like
Yeah.
put those three together and it's just trashy and motherly enough to be me.
Get the bacon bits. I want to put them in your hair.
Make it rain.
We're terrible people.
Awful.
Terrible, terrible people. So what do you think about UFC 232 shenanigans?
Man, the jury's out on John.
The jury's out?
I fucking, dude, I can't. Okay, look, here's the thing. He tested once for the same exact substance, right?
Uh-huh.
And then had 8 more tests that it didn't show up on. And now fight week
That's back in there.
is back in there again. No, it's impossible to take the, and it's like, man, there's masking agents and shit that'll give false positives on, there's just too, I feel like there's a lot of nuance to taking PEDs and not getting caught. And I think if anyone knows about that shit, it's professional athletes. And I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, what you remember how I always said I just want to see how the rest of his career plays out? Off to a bad fucking start. I haven't completely wrote him off, but he's off to a fucking bad start.
It's just like, at what point is it like, all right, that's enough.
Just fucking quit testing him. For the love of God, okay?
And that's the thing. They're going to let him fight no matter. Obviously, if they're going to move states, they're going to let him fight
Yeah,
no
that's
matter
yeah,
what.
Six fucking
that's why
days
they're moving
notice.
Why-
states because
yeah,
you
I
can
know
fight
it
in
is,
CSAC.
but
And here's the thing.
Well,
why
even
are you gonna
according, I
test
guess,
him?
in all fairness, so so I'm not just playing like one side. I did hear Jeff Nowitzki say something that even Nevada, like the state athletic commission, they all know that, like, just looking at the evidence and all the best experts, and this is from Jeff Nowitzki, which I'm half and half on that dude. But after all the review and everything, there's no way he took anything on purpose, and they have every reason to believe this is just a freak thing.
But how
with
many?
all the evidence,
Test
that
him
they
again
have.
immediately.
And then, well, I'm not sure how far it comes out of the system or whatever, but the only reason they had to move it is because it's Christmas time and there was 4 commissioners, like, not even in the state of Nevada, and they have to, like, officially meet and vote for it to happen. And they're just like, they just ended up moving,
Yeah, and they weren't going to
moving
be
it
there
LA.
until like tomorrow.
Yeah, because the California people were able to do it. And yeah, there
because
wasn't,
they
like,
handled
enough
it.
time.
They handled it from the beginning.
Right, so
That's dumb.
that's why. And that's, that's the thing. The commissioners are, like, not looking to give anybody breaks. So if
No.
that's really, and that's what Dana White said or Jeff Nowitzki said. So take that for what it is. But, I mean,
I'm just
again,
over
the
it.
jury's still out. I haven't completely wrote them off, but I'm so fucking close. I just got to cross the fucking T's and dot the I's on that to have them completely written off. I'm ready to fucking just, like, if he pops for something else after the fight or whatever, it's like,
If he
okay,
pops
dude.
again after the
Ever.
fight,
Honestly, I'm at the point, if he pops ever again, that's it.
Right.
yeah.
Like
You better just get
Yo
your-
Romero popped, and then it was trace this stuff. But it's like, okay, you don't think that they know the shit out there that has trace elements of it, so they can take the shit and say, ooh, like, these are these people's lives. Like, I'm sure Yo Romero did roids.
Fuck yeah.
I'm sure fucking Paulo Costa.
I don't know how, but he's doing it.
That dude's on some shit, man.
You remember that beautiful motherfucker,
Who?
Paulo Costa?
He looks like fucking Scarface, but instead of cocaine, it's steroids.
Remember, I think Becky called him beautiful.
I don't know.
I mean, he is. He fucking makes me question my sexuality every
He
time.
is very pretty.
I don't want to look him in the face for too long. It's
It
hard.
scares
It's hard
you.
to see. It fucking intimidates me. Not only because he's fucking, like, way more handsome
But it's
than
going
I'll
to switch
ever
your
be.
teams.
But he could fucking, if he wanted me, there's
He'd
nothing-
have you.
There's nothing I could do about it.
He would have you.
You wouldn't want to do anything about it.
I don't know, man. Probably not, because he's fucking Jesus Christ. It just makes me want to go shoot myself. Like, I'm not bad looking at all, but then you see a dude like that,
And you're like,
I
God
fucking-
damn
I
it.
better give up now, huh? Like, I should just give up.
Nope. You shouldn't, but
Yeah.
But
Oh, no.
But I get it.
Yeah.
yeah, Yeah,
he's a badass fighter though, man. He's a fucking he's a brawler.
There's a lot of good fights coming
I think
up.
him and Adesanya is the fight. I mean, I think that makes a lot more sense than fucking Adesanya getting fed Anderson Silva.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's fucking terrifying. You remember Israel Adesanya, the black guy, the kickboxer? He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight a 43-year-old Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
That's
because we've learned nothing from
Dana
Tuck
White
Liddell.
can't say shit anymore. Yeah, Dana White can't say shit else about Ortiz and fucking Liddell. He's putting. I know Anderson's only 43. Chuck's 57.
Anderson still competes at a high level though.
Last time he fought was that war with Bisping, wasn't it? Or did he fight and lose since then? No, I'm pretty sure.
No, he failed the drug test after that.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I know I think they're gearing up to.
It's natural.
I guess you hear they're gearing up to have Anderson and Israel fight, which I think is just. I get it for promotion for the kid because that's giving him a big name to all but beat the shit out of on international TV, but that's also, I don't know. They're setting him up with Robert Whittaker after that, which I think actually last time I'd said it, I was like, I was not so sure about Israel Adesanya, but here's an X factor that I didn't consider is his long, long professional kickboxing career.
Yeah.
And how good he was at that. So it's not like he's going to really get jitters. He's been world champion. You know, I think he's just intelligent enough. I mean, I'm still not totally thinking Robert Whittaker's going to completely lose or whatever, but it definitely makes it more interesting of a matchup for me, I think. It's going to be a big test for both guys. Those are my favorite fights, when it's a big test for both guys. Just like Holloway and Ortega was a big test for both guys. But, I mean, it was a little more one-sided than I thought it was going to be, truly. But,
dude,
just a little more one-sided.
Just a fucking smidgen.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't. I mean, I did mention before I wasn't really convinced about that uppercut on I don't like to say lucky punch, but I wasn't totally convinced about that uppercut he landed.
There
on
is
Frankie
such
Edgar.
a thing as a lucky punch, though.
Yeah, but I just I don't like to take a victory. I mean, the win's the win. The lucky punch or not, you fucking won, and you can't. Nobody can take that from you.
No.
I mean, it's
if I was
training
say,
with a lucky. Like, obviously, if I go in a ring with fucking Holly Holm, no lucky punch is going to win me this fight.
Yeah.
So it's some training mixed with, a lucky punch.
Yeah, you have to be good enough to throw the punch. It's a little bit of both,
right.
Yeah. But, I mean, the way he had his arms kind of stiff. He was actually getting lit up by Frankie, and Frankie's, more of a wrestler. So that was kind of a red flag, especially that was always my prediction. Like, Holloway can exploit the gaps in his striking. But now this is Israel Adesanya. I think has better. I don't know.
He might have some of the.
He's definitely flashier striker for sure.
He's Anderson 2.0.
He really is. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And Robert Whittaker's a great striker too, but I don't know if he's on this level.
He might be the only person I've seen have a better striking skill set than Anderson Silva.
But Robert Whittaker has also taken down and held down Yoel Romero a few times.
That's true.
And Yoel Romero's scary grappler.
I don't see Robbie fucking taking him down.
Yeah, I mean his takedown defense sure looked good against Derek Brunson, but again, Derek Brunson isn't exactly in his prime right now, we'll say. Not taking anything away from Israel. That was a masterclass. You can't just go in there. And I'm not saying Derek Brunson's a chump, but I mean, like, Israel clearly set himself above Brunson, and we all kind of saw it coming. But, that's the thing that happened with Darren Till. I feel like he just got rushed to the top, dude. Dude was 25 fighting Wonderboy Thompson. The fact that he did as well as he did in that fight against Wonderboy, by the way, which, if you go to the scorecards, I guess you could say Wonderboy actually won on the cards. If you take the significant strikes and total strikes, he actually outstruck him.
Probably.
He actually did.
I would believe it.
The drop in the last round, if it was Pride rules, he would have won because he dropped him and almost had him finish. So, but did you see the footage of Israel actually knocked out cold, like stiff arm snoring?
No.
Like cold.
Like that guy?
Yes, like that guy on his back, his arms were stiff straight up in the air, his eyes were rolled back. That was a long fucking time ago, though. But that's I don't say that as anything other than that's good that that's happened to him.
Right.
And
you
Yeah.
need that.
and he looks like this after that.
Yeah,
That's great.
He knows it can
actually.
happen to him.
Yeah, that's really good because that's something that you can't teach. You know,
How tall is he?
6'2" or 6'4",
somewhere there.
something
I
like
bet
that.
he could kick a can off my head.
Most likely.
Me and Vince have a thing. Like, my goal is to do a handstand, and Vince's goal is to be able to kick a can off my head.
That's actually you could do that. That's not that hard. She's
No, he
not that
can't.
tall.
No, he can't. Ask him what happened when he tried.
Pulled
Did you
my
kick her in
groin.
the face?
No, because I wouldn't let him do it.
Oh.
He got hurt as fuck.
Oh,
That's what
Yeah, you
happened.
got to stretch, man. You got to
Yeah,
stretch
I did
before you
it.
throw
I just
some
did
kicks.
it cold.
Yeah, you
He
got to
went in
stretch.
cold, and he was like, he couldn't even walk.
What are you
back
trying
the
to do?
couch.
Like crescent kick? That'd
Yeah.
probably be the easiest. Yeah,
Yeah.
crescent kick.
It's gonna go right over her head.
Yep, just dink.
I
yeah.
told him he has to kick one off your head before I let him kick one off mine.
Shit.
Because I don't trust I don't trust him at all.
You know, I mean, I guess.
I
I
need
guess.
like a football helmet
Yeah.
just in case. I feel like you could kick really hard if you wanted to.
Well,
Oh,
crescent
yeah.
kicks really, without the proper, like, really, that's a really hard kick to generate a lot of power with.
Well, I hope so. I don't care if it's a little bit of power. I don't want him to kick me in
Yeah.
the face.
I'd probably be good with headgear and a gum shield.
At least like something. I don't know.
You can tape a pillow to the side of your head.
No, I could do that. Just duct tape pillows around my face.
Yeah,
That would be fine.
That works.
I'm kicking the pillow. You know that, right?
God damn
The
it.
first time.
On purpose. It better be the second time, because if it's the first time, you're not doing it again. If you kick the can the first time, you'll get a second time.
Yeah, like you'll never do that again. All right, now try it again without the pillow.
Right.
Whack.
I don't feel like taping this pillow to my face.
You
yeah.
want to hear a dream scenario for me, like maybe 2-3 years from now? By the way, a dream matchup:
Yeah.
Israel, John Jones, 205.
That would be
I don't
alright.
know if Israel can weigh 205,
I don't know. He's pretty fucking lean at 185. I think he can make 205 all day.
but what he say is fast.
Just fucking give him. He'd probably lose some speed, but he'd gain a lot of power if he does it right. Eats steak and potatoes and does some push-ups and fucking, you know, keeps like
Nunez just did.
pretty much do it smart. You know, bulk up the right way. Get weights, get the power. I mean, he's not going to lose any technique. He's probably going to lose a little speed. But, yeah, I mean, look at DC, all the power he got. He was never like a one-hitter quitter unless he was in heavyweight.
That's true.
So, moving up 20 pounds. Basically, what he would have to do is bulk. I mean, I'm just fucking armchair. I know nothing of nutrition and that side of fighting. Like, I know techniques and shit. But what I would, like, say would be a decent guess is bulk to where he like walking around about 215 and then cut 10 pounds, because that's not a horrible cut. I don't think 10 pounds.
No.
Yeah. And that
I
would be
think
good for
I
him
think
to
he'd
lose.
fucking, and he wouldn't be getting that big. John Jones I could see walking around 240 one day.
I guarantee it. John's what, 6'2", 6'4"?
He's 6'4". And yeah, he could walk around 240, fucking jacked. His body responds to power lift. By the way, that was the thing that you saw the 6 weeks difference where he looks like fucking little Johnny from around the corner. His daddy sells you dime bags, and then like what was it? 6 weeks later, he looks like fucking charcoal Brock Lesnar. Did you see that before and after 6 week shit? I don't do steroids. Okay.
I don't give a fuck if he does steroids. Quit drug testing the fucking man. I want to see him fight.
See it. That's the thing, man. I don't like.
Either fucking test.
I have no reason to believe Israel Adesanya's on anything, and look at how
No.
good he is. I don't think you need steroids, especially when you're fucking doing shit like this.
Here's my thing. Either make it okay all the time or make it not okay all the time.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's what I want. Not okay all the time. So therefore,
that's
John
what-
Jones, pack your shit, bro.
That's
Go to
what-
Bellator.
That's what made me.
I think that's.
Go to
I think
Ryzen.
that's what you need. Go to Bellator. Go to
Right.
Ryzen. Fucking. You know, I think one in UFC should be clean, and I think Bellator and Ryzen is good for freak shows. Pancrase
want
is still a thing for whatever reason.
Bellator is good for people that want to fight into their 50s.
Yeah, yeah. Bellator's great. It's the
and then
it's,
die.
or you know, I mean,
Frank
even-
Mir just broke his mouth.
or if you want to make good money, I mean, look at Gegard. You know,
true.
Gegard's still a problem.
Rory.
He just make it. Yeah, and they're both just making. Now Rory's. Oh man, that Gegard Rory. I heard about it. I didn't see it, but it sucks because Rory is such a fucking animal at 170. He never. I think that was his first ever fight at 185, and he fought
Probably.
a fucking big nosed assassin. at 185.
Didn't-
that wasn't right.
Didn't he do that thing that everybody does to Rory now, where they just smash his fucking nose until he stops?
No, I think he took him, and I don't remember, and I didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure he, took him down and crushed him, just smushed him
Really?
from top, and just pounded him out. Yeah.
Because
I could be
I've
wrong
seen
about
Rory
that, but
get
I
his
think that's what
fucking
happened.
nose turned into fucking paste about 3 times now.
Yeah, dude, he's a fucking animal. That Robbie Lawler 2 fight, Rory Robbie 2, is like the one fight I want everyone who's not as into MMA as I am to see. Like, that's why I wish I had Fight Pass on my PlayStation.
They don't have an app.
No, Xbox 360 and Xbox One has it. PS3, I guess, has it too. I'm not sure about that, but PS4 does not have it.
That's super dumb.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
Like the newer PlayStation doesn't.
Yeah,
have
the
it.
newest PlayStation does not have it. It's not on the PlayStation Store.
Son of a bitch.
I hear, and I haven't checked, but I hear it's on PS3.
I need to fucking renew my Fight Pass that expired
Do
the
you have
other
like
day.
like a stick, like a fire stick?
My dad gave one to Blake a million years ago,
Uh-huh.
and Blake just never used it.
Oh, that
so
might work.
I'll just take it. And my dad gave me his login info.
Yeah, that might work. Then.
And I'm pretty sure. No, they do have a Fight Pass on that. I've seen
Yeah.
it. I've seen it.
on
Yeah.
the Fire Stick?
On the Fire Stick.
Yeah, wait, that's what I watched.
But I
mine
don't know
on.
if I have enough room to plug. Well, what's it need? I'll plug into the wall and then
Ours just plugs.
Just HDMI.
HDMI.
Yeah, it just
That's
goes right
it.
into the HDMI.
Yeah, I got a second HDMI slot.
Even if you only put it in whenever you needed it.
That'd probably be the way to do it too, for real though.
I mean,
Because if I'm gonna watch some fights or whatever,
Yeah,
especially
just
because
get it out.
like and I love coming down here.
Mhm.
I just hate fucking like drinking a bunch and then
Yeah.
driving
stuck
home
here,
at 1:30
yeah.
in the morning. That's why I love when Micah comes, because he
You're
doesn't
right.
drink that much at all.
I
So-
like having Micah around.
He's
anyway.
funny. He's one of the funniest fucking dudes I know. I've been getting on his ass about trying stand-up comedy for like the past 6 years. He's the funniest dude. I know I'm pretty funny. He's fucking... I shut the fuck up when he's on a roll, man. He is hilarious. He's pretty quiet
do you-
around here.
do you
He,
find
know,
it- do you-
talks a little more, but...
Do you find it hard to understand why your friends aren't as motivated as you sometimes?
Honestly, Mike is not... I wouldn't even...
No, I don't want to call it motivated. I mean, like, why? I know that I have like crazy fucking aspirations and shit.
Yeah.
Like the plans I told you guys for like the upcoming year.
Yeah.
That's insane.
See, I think
But
it
that's
goes,
like- it
it
gives you
goes both
something-
ways. Like I sit here and I wonder like why you do all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
it's just the same for me. Like
Like it just doesn't make sense to you.
no, just like how it wouldn't make sense for you if I didn't do something.
Yeah.
See, I don't get
Like
it.
there's a middle ground that probably is where we need to be, but like
I can say for me, and you may or may not be able to relate to this, but it's just like working and then hanging out with friends and family and hanging out at home and walking my dog and going on hikes. And, well, I'd say like walking my dog, friends and family, hikes is one part of life, like really important part of life that I need. And I think like working and having a purpose is not really a part of life for me.
yeah.
Like, and when I say working and having a purpose, I mean like serving a purpose to society, like helping.
Right.
Like, I mean, delivery driver, like it's cool, but like, what am I really doing? Like,
Right.
there's a million other people in line. Once I'm gone, there's like 10 more dudes coming
Right.
off the line in Detroit right now to take my place.
Mhm.
So, you know, that doesn't really give me anything
Any
that I feel
fulfillment?
like I'm doing, you know what I mean? So the band for me has always been and will likely always be my like contribution to the world. You know what I mean? Just like,
just creating.
yeah, I got it. Well, it's like, I got to fucking have a thing. I feel like everybody should have a thing, you know? And if your thing is like being a barber or like, I don't know, being an oil painter or whatever, like you should have a thing though,
Mhm.
you know?
See, I don't have a thing and it sucks.
Well, I think your thing is nursing.
I mean maybe.
I mean, helping people.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
I
You're
don't
very
know.
motherly. Like,
I
so
think
being
my
a
thing
mom-
more like I don't know. I think teaching is what I need to do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's what I've always wanted to do is teaching. But like I mean obviously nursing is teaching. That's like a huge part of it. We have to teach all the time.
Right.
But like I don't know. It's a lot more schooling
Yeah.
to
Do you-
become
do you-
like an actual instructor, which I would
Yeah.
love to do.
Yeah.
And I would love to even
Well, that's
like
something to work towards. You know what I mean?
I
That's something
know.
that's something to do.
and I would even like to do like seminars and like But it's just so much education. But that's the thing too, is like, I don't know, since I've like gone back to school, since I went to school late, you know what I mean? Like I didn't just graduate high school and then go to school.
Yeah.
Like since I went late, like I'm taking advantage of it, I think, more than other people.
Right.
And like, say I fail out of school today, like I still know what I know. Like you can't, like that's what I got from that. You know what I mean? And like that's why I want to continue my education, because I want to have that. Like no matter what, even if I never use it, like I know these things. Like
Yeah.
I have knowledge.
Yeah. And that's important. I mean, that's
And it's
that's
crazy.
what I knowledge is the one true currency, I think.
And it's like crazy just how much you can really like get in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I've always thought about going to school, but it's like there's nothing that like is like I have to go do this.
Well, see, that's the thing. And school's not always the answer. Like if you have your band, you have your music. Like that's
Right.
not something you need to go to school for.
I like I just go with my gut on a lot of things. Like if it's like 2:00 in the morning and I can't sleep and my heart's racing and I can't stop thinking about this thing I really want to do and like I can't fucking sleep, that's when I know I should go do that.
Right.
You know, and I've never had that about like a certain thing in school.
Right.
So, but I mean, there's, you know, maybe down the road or something. If school is free, I'd absolutely just go do something.
Right,
to
and just
have
get
it.
the knowledge.
to
Yeah,
have-
for
but it's,
sure.
you know, that's one thing. I was talking to one of my friends about moving, and he's like, "Yeah, so what are your bills looking like?" I was like, "You know, utilities, rent, blah blah blah." He's like, "You know, so you got that? You got your car payment?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You got your student loans?" I was like, "I actually never went to school.
Yeah.
Like, I graduated high school, and then that was that." And then he was like, "Oh shit, well, you're already ahead of the game then."
Right. Yeah, I mean,
So-
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, that's one thing.
But see, that's the thing that I'm glad I waited, because I would have had how many tens of thousands of dollars worth of loans that I wasn't using,
yeah,
because I would have went to school for something fucking stupid.
exactly.
Because I was 18 years
'Cause
old
that's
and
what
I didn't know what I
everyone
wanted to do.
has done. They're like, "Oh, I went to school." Like what they're doing.
Like, oh, I got an
now,
art degree.
Like they find what they're. Yeah, I know.
What the fuck am I gonna do with
One of
that?
my exes like took art history, like majored in
And what
art
are you gonna
history
do?
for,
What
like,
does she do now?
She
Lives
dances.
with her parents.
Yeah, she dances. Yeah, she does.
She dances.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I bet she does.
yeah, she does.
Nice.
But that's why I kind of like. I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
she,
glad like I waited, because when I
And
take,
she's
I take it more
absolutely.
serious.
She's like, "Oh no, this was the most retarded thing I ever
Yeah.
did. Like, why is school? Like, also, why the fuck is school so goddamn expensive?
It's so expensive.
You should have like a 2-year grace period, like a 4-year grace period after high school. If you're one of the people that it's like, okay, I graduated.
I
guess
think
and then your
most
parents are just
Europeans
like-
usually do, don't they?
Yeah, I think in other countries they do.
It's
And then
like,
also
you
like
you have to go to college now. It's like not everybody needs to.
not
go to
everyone
college.
needs to go to college. Not everyone needs to do something that requires a degree.
Yeah,
And at the same time, though, like, if I'm maintaining grades and I'm contributing to society, why am I paying all this money to go to school? Like, I'm
Yeah.
really, really trying.
yeah,
Because, like, I don't get, like, grants and, like, mine's all loans.
yeah.
Like, I have the only good thing I didn't go to school when I was younger, so all the loans I have, like, all my prerequisites I paid out of pocket.
yeah.
So all my loans is just for my nursing program.
And at least you went for something that's a fucking surefire thing.
And
that
and
you're
that's
gonna
why I
you're
chose
gonna
it.
And I imagine you make pretty decent money doing nursing. right?
Locally,
Yeah.
not entirely.
Oh, okay.
But there's options. I mean, I could work anywhere. Like, obviously, in other states, I could get licensed.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get licensed in all 50 states if you want to pay every year to be licensed in all 50 states. That's the
Yeah.
thing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, so no matter where I went, I could use it, you know, in the U.S. And then I could work in an office. I can work with a doctor. I can work in an operating room. I can deliver babies. I can go on and be a teacher. I can go on and be a nurse practitioner.
So it leaves options open.
Yeah, and I could work from home.
Yeah.
I could be a traveling nurse. I could be on life flights. I could work on a boat. Like, I could do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Like,
that's actually really cool. I didn't know that. Because when I used to work at the retirement home, there was
Mm-hmm.
a lot of. Obviously, I was surrounded by mostly aides, but there was a few
Right.
nurses too.
Hmm.
But yeah, I always wanted, and I always definitely the RN. I'm sure was making a good bit more money than I was.
oh, for sure.
And that was kind of the cool thing. I was like, holy shit, this is actually like, and I went to school with her since like second grade.
yeah.
So like she started working. I'm like, you kind of run shit. Like
Right.
that's kind of dope, you know?
Well, and that's what's nice about RNs too, is like we have like our own freedom in a way. I mean, everything has to be doctor.
right.
But to an extent, like an RN determines whether they want to pass you a med or not. Like, it's ordered for you. They can't give you a med that isn't ordered for you. But like, say I come in, you have a beta blocker for your blood pressure's low, I make that choice not to give it to you.
Okay.
I don't need to call a doctor. I don't need, like, that's my choice. Like, we
Yeah.
have choice. And then there's even, like, to an extent, we have choice in delivering emergency care. You know, if you need oxygen, it's not ordered, you're getting it.
Okay.
And, like, there's, like, freedoms and,
Yeah,
like,
stuff that like makes sense. that's,
right.
like-
And we're,
but I imagine that also would make you liable if something was.
well,
to
you
go
always have malpractice insurance out the, like, you have to carry it.
because that's the thing. It's as shitty as it sounds, but I
People
mean,
are shitty.
Sometimes, yeah,
You
and
could be
sometimes
trying to save
accidents happen,
somebody and then them come right back and they sue you and now you don't have a license. 'Cause
Yeah.
You tried to save, you know,
yeah,
over dumb stuff. Like, they could fall, you try to catch them and they get hurt because you caught them and now you know what I mean? Dumb shit.
yeah,
It's just,
motherfucker, I'll fucking haunt them.
but that's why you have to, like, be aware of all the laws. It's shitty and a lot of them really harms patients more than helps them a lot of times. Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of gray area that you're not allowed
there's
to
a lot
step
to
in.
learn.
So you have to know ethical and legal, and then there's an ethics board in every hospital, and you know you can get things approved by 2 people. You know, there's always witnesses. Like, there's just shit you got to know.
Yeah.
It's annoying because it's not. It's in the best care of the patient, long in the big picture, but at the same time, like, I need to deliver you care.
Yeah,
Like, I don't need to worry about if this is super ethical if you're alive.
yeah, yeah.
Because
very
that's
true.
kind of the thing too. It's like a pyramid. Like, the very first thing I worry about is save your life or limb. First thing.
Yeah.
If you're dying, I'm going to save your life.
Yeah.
And then at the very tip top is like the psychological aspect of it.
Yeah,
Like, if you're bleeding to death, I'm going to cut your clothes off and stop your bleeding. I don't care how embarrassing it is for you to not have clothes on.
yeah,
So it is like there is like an ethical standard for things,
Sure.
but it's a lot. It's just a lot of laws, but that's with anything. And this, I mean, it's just people's lives. That's why it's
yeah.
It's
And that's
gotta
got to be
be.
difficult to kind of set that aside.
It is. I mean, like, there's, like, I've lost patients and it's been rough,
Yeah,
but I mean, it's part of it. I mean, you get more numb. I even thought about going into, like, hospice nursing.
yeah.
Jesus.
Just kind of get used to it.
But the thing is, if I know it's coming, it's a lot easier to handle because
Yeah.
I've had patients that they're about to go home
Hmm.
and then they die.
Yeah,
And you're like, oh,
fuck.
what happened?
Yeah,
Like,
that's got to be. That's got to be
emotional.
rough. That's got to be rough.
Because you're, like, all happy, you're packing their bags,
Yeah.
like, you're, you know, and you become, like, best friends with this person.
Yeah.
You're the only person they know in the hospital, and then they die. So, like, if I know I'm going into a home and I'm saying, okay, I'm going to do these things to make you comfortable, I'm going to make your family comfortable, we all know you're going to die.
Yeah.
Because hospice can be up to 6 months. It can
Yeah.
be over 6 months, but, like,
I remember my grandma on my dad's side was in hospice. She didn't. I mean, when she went to hospice, there was not much time left.
yeah.
So,
Well, they say you have to have, like, a diagnosis of less than 6 months.
yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, they can't. At the 6-month mark, they don't cut you off a hospice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's but
And
it's got to
typically
be
it's days.
You got to be ballpark. Yeah, I remember with my grandma, I believe from the time we saw her, it was like it couldn't have been more than 2 weeks.
That's what I mean. A lot
Yeah.
of times, it's not even close to 6
And she
months.
was comfortable though, and that's the thing. That's the beautiful thing about hospice is you're making them comfortable.
Well, and the thing with hospice,
and
too.
it was a beautiful room, and it was just very nice.
I mean, and they
quiet
can come in your
there.
house.
And she had these windows, and there's like all these trees and shit. Like it's you know, if you had to pick a place,
Right.
you can't do much better than where she was.
And the thing
you know?
with hospice is it's not about medicine. Like, obviously, you're in pain.
it's
we
more
can
treatment, and then,
Yeah, and we'll talk to you. We turn you. We rub your back. We'll play game. Like, people, just because people are dying doesn't mean they're in a bed dying.
yeah,
They're up walking around.
Yeah.
Some of these people are normal people.
Yeah.
You see them in the store.
yep,
So I mean, those people, you just have to be there. It's like a whole thing, and it's tough. And I would rather do it when I'm young, because typically, like, those people, they'll call you at 3 a.m, and you
Yeah.
got to get up and go,
yeah,
and you have to go be with them.
yeah,
And I mean, it is what it is.
yeah. I imagine that's a job that that's probably one of the harder jobs in the field.
Yeah,
I
they
would
say
imagine.
I think it was the average burnout time for hospice nurses is like 3 months.
Jesus,
Something crazy short.
Burnout time.
Because you get burnt, like, you just can't do it anymore.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they have a high turnover rate?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You're either made for hospice or you're not.
Yeah,
Hospice nurses are hospice nurses for 50 years.
yeah. You think that might be something you want to do?
Maybe. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, give it a
I
shot.
would love to be like a labor and delivery nurse.
Yeah.
I think like so far that's the one thing I've done that I'm like, this is what I want to do
Yeah,
forever.
bringing life into the world. That's
Yeah.
got to be pretty baller. I couldn't
That-
do it. I'm too squeamish. But
See that?
See,
that's
just-
something. And I don't mean to. I don't think this is sexist. Women are just not squeamish about things.
No,
that
well, it's-
men are.
I
like
think-
I could never.
I think
you
we're
could
like made
not-
to not be because we can't be.
I would take a beating over wiping an old lady's ass or an old man's ass. I will take a fucking real beating for
Right.
overdoing that.
So
Like,
what you're trying to say is there's natural gender roles?
I mean, yes and no. There's gray area. Obviously, there's
Yeah, I
some
mean, there's women
there's
who
some
can't
men
handle
who
it.
can,
There's-
and there's some women who
Right.
can't. but I
There's
think by and
always going to
large-
be outliers.
I think, yeah, but I
I
do
think for
by
the
and
most
large,
part, though, women are designed to give birth. That's our purpose.
yeah.
In
Like,
a
I could-
physiological.
If I had a baby, I'm sure I could. I've wiped Derek's ass when I was like 9 years old. And he was an infant,
I mean, there's
you know?
there's exceptions to the rule, of course, but like
Sure. But other than like
our
old people
brains are
ass-
made, our bodies are made. Like things happen. Like we have a period because our body's like, all right, let's have a baby. Like it
Yeah.
gets ready every single month, and then
Yeah.
it's like super let down when we're not pregnant. But like every month, that's what it's doing. Is it's spending those weeks
That's
just
crazy.
building
That's
up
so
the
fucking
lining of your
crazy.
uterus for it to make a baby,
Yeah.
and then so like.
It's like, wah, wah,
Right.
wah.
So physiologically, we're made to do
Yeah,
and that's
to
the
make
same
a
thing.
baby.
I think. I mean, I don't. Obviously, there's no fact to back it up, but like, we can deal with that because we're
I do think that there
Made
is
to
some
give
like
birth.
hardware that is just like having babies and shit is like gross. Like babies are gross.
I mean, the childbirth
I
process is
think-
bloody. It's
yeah,
gross.
it's nasty.
just-
Probably
it's just-
smells horrible.
yeah, the whole
Nightmarish.
thing.
So like something that like would scar me for life. But
Right.
like I think women are just good. They can fucking like
Mm-hmm.
just. I don't know what it is. I think you're just women are just generally hardwired to deal for the
Right.
most part. For the most part,
Right.
hardwired to deal with that.
And
shit.
I think that's why is because we're like, and that's the same thing with like our difference in pain tolerance.
That's why I think men are better with dealing with like violence. Like that's
Yeah.
just how we handle business at the end of the day. Like, okay, we see something so differently and we feel so strongly about this, we'll just start fighting.
Right.
You know, whereas women are more, mental.
And
in
I
that
think a lot of
aspect.
that's hormonal too.
I
I think-
constantly
absolutely,
find myself
yeah.
plotting violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of
I've
that.
never anytime I've plotted the first fight I got into, I plotted it and I just psyched myself out and I hit the dude a few times. It wasn't really a fight.
Right.
But like every other time I've gotten like physical with other people, fought or just like shoved or like it got really heated, it wasn't planned. It just fucking like
And that's
this is just
usually
how
when it
happens.
gets bad.
Yeah.
Is
Well, I was telling you guys I've been listening to those true crime podcasts.
Yeah.
And like I started listening to like the BTK story.
dude, I know
Yeah.
everything about BTK.
And that like I had to shut it off because I was like, oh, too relatable. I don't need to know.
Oh no, that shit got dude. You know about BTK, right?
Oh yeah.
Like
He
yeah,
got
okay.
busted
That
'cause
shit
he-
got way
That was just a joke.
dark.
Well, yeah, and he got busted because he put a letter to the
Sorry
newspaper.
for stepping on it.
no, I was just making a fucking
Yeah.
joke about me being
Yeah.
a sociopath.
He put a letter to the newspaper on a floppy disk, and he did it
Yeah,
at
dumb-
his church. And
Dumb
he was
piece of
Yeah.
like,
shit.
he was one of the main guys at the church, and that's how they found
Yeah.
him.
Well, it was 2004 and he was in his 60s.
Yeah.
So he was putting shit on floppy disks. Like, they can't find me.
like an R-tard.
He thought.
Well, no,
yeah.
he asked them in a coded message in
Oh,
a
yeah, he said
newspaper,
he
and they're
said-
like, "Nope, we can't tell."
Yeah,
Yeah.
he put in like a coded message, like if I put this on a floppy disk, like you guys won't, and they were like, oh, we can't track floppy disks,
Yeah.
and then they were like, hey, Dennis Rader, knock,
yeah.
knock, knock.
Yeah, he like wanted, and that's something that
He
you know, a
wanted
lot
the
of-
notoriety.
Yeah, a lot of
It-
people just
he
kind
was
of
that
want
old.
caught,
Especially when you've done it all,
Yeah.
and you're in your 60s, and your kids are grown, and your wife's grown.
I
You're
couldn't
like, you guys are.
imagine- I couldn't even imagine wanting to do something like that to somebody.
To
let alone get
children.
Caught. Yeah.
Like,
to
he did, like-
even to anybody, but especially children.
Like, 'cause he fucking did terrible stuff to children.
I know that's a whole nother level.
Like,
of-
tie them up and
that's-
masturbate on them after murdering them.
Yeah, I
things.
know.
Like,
And that's
Well, that
I've
was
watched
the-
a few documentaries
Yeah.
on them, and it's just so fucking awful.
and he
Like,
was like a normal dude. He
that-
was like
I
a park.
think,
Was he
can
like
we
a
say
park ranger?
evil exists? Like that's
Yes,
that's
I believe
that
it
is
does.
evil.
Yeah.
That is evil.
Dude, the Golden State Killer I was telling you guys about, like he committed 50 rapes,
Yeah.
10 murders, and he burgled like 30 fucking places.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
All in this little area, and they couldn't figure out why this motherfucker was just constantly like one step ahead of them. It turns out he was a fucking cop in the area,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
and he was using the reservoirs like the American River behind like the houses and everything to get in and out of their backyards really fast.
Wow. Holy
Well, that's
shit.
like they say like fire chiefs like start fires a lot.
Yeah,
like
there's
shit
like-
like that.
because they know
yeah.
how to do it.
Well,
get
and then
away
they
with
want
it.
they want like the attention of being the hero, and like sometimes they just get bored.
Yeah.
Like there's crazy statistics behind firemen that light fires.
Yeah.
Like people die.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times it's like abandoned. I think that's like really suspicious when it's like abandoned
I
houses and
actually,
shit. Because I think they do like they don't really want to kill people, but
Right.
I mean, it happens.
I actually, and I'm not saying this for any other reason. I think it's past statute of limitations anyway. But I really wasn't there this night. But at a certain time in my life, a lot of my close friends, most of them I don't really even at all talk to anymore, burned down an abandoned house.
Jesus.
And we used to party. I've been there once. Like we were just like, hanging out, smoking cigarettes, drinking beers, being fucking 20, 19, whatever. But yeah, eventually one day they're just like, one of them watched 8 Mile or something, I guess. Just took it way too seriously. And yeah. But yeah, it was abandoned. Nobody lived there. I'm not sure if they were trying to, I imagine when I was there, it looked like they were trying to work on it and like flip it. So that
Yeah.
was kind of shitty that happened. But
yeah.
then again, it could have got whoever, probably
Some
a lot of
insurance
insurance money.
It was probably
Yeah.
worth it.
It's like, fuck, how am I going to flip and sell this house in East Liverpool?
Right.
Yeah.
And,
It was probably there.
and my friend being ornery actually helped them out. I hope that's what happened. I hope they like, because that's some serious shit burning down
Right.
a house.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh, I think someone's here. I don't know.
Davey.
Hey, Davey.
Oh, hey, nice to meet you, man. Dave, nice to meet you, buddy.
Davey, have a seat.
Davey's never met AJ?
No.
What?
Davey from Midnight Scario. Sorry, my dogs are
Davey.
attacking you.
Who's here? What's going on?
Hey, buddy.
Midnight
You've never-
Scario. What the hell's that?
You haven't been on here since he's been on the show?
I am now.
Yeah? Yeah.
That's weird. It's been too long then.
You've been kicking ass, guys.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
You've heard us talk about Midnight Scario.
Yeah, I actually
remember
listened to a
Halloween?
couple
Yeah,
episodes
you fucking
recently.
stole our format.
Yeah, remember we,
Yeah.
we stole their show.
Yep.
It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
you were them for
Well,
Halloween.
you wrote the theme music, so I guess it's on you whether or not you're going to steal that much of it. But
I copyright infringed myself.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Oh,
Merry Christmas, Dave.
You look well.
Thank you.
You
Thank
do
guys
look well.
Sexy as always.
Well,
Thank
thank you.
Thank
you
you.
were included in that too.
Oh, I appreciate it.
AJ always looks to the
He's-
10.
Oh, I thought it was dressed to the nines.
You're dressed to the fucking 10 with your leather
That's
coat.
right.
Happy to see you guys getting
There's-
something out. We're
there's no
releasing on
nines in here.
Friday.
Are you?
Yeah.
What are you releasing?
Shit and stuff.
Shit and things?
We got what's coming up this hot off the ether, and our Tarot Walk with Me series continues.
How many
2 days.
series are you doing?
I don't know.
Like, I was
Just something sounds like a good idea, and we do it.
That's the way to be, I
Right.
think. Yeah.
Try not to think about it way too much.
Yeah.
see. I've been talking about branching out. Like, I don't want to do different episodes of this shit. Like, I would love to like rebrand it like with friends and put it out as a network.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to them about like branching off away from me, like and doing Modern Savage podcasts like out on their own, like live videos and shit.
Well, that's how Kevin Smith started out, because he had Smodcast.
Yeah.
And then that all has like what 6 or 7 different shows under that umbrella.
Oh.
Like Fat Man on Batman, Mose and Kevin have a show. His wife and him have a show
okay.
together. They do like it started out as
Yeah, I knew
Smodcast,
about
but they kept
Smodcast,
branching
but-
out.
Huh.
So you could be like the Modern Savage Network, and then you guys could each kind of like break down and have your own thing if you wanted to focus one on music, one on movies.
Oh god damn,
That would be
do
tits.
all kinds of different podcasts. That would be kind of cool.
man! See, like
We gotta get
kind
these
of
heads
have like
together more often.
kind of like how we do fight casts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I
have,
would.
like,
That'd
a
be nice to
movie
make that,
and then a
because
music.
there's been a few episodes where it's
Been
5 minutes of like normal episode and then an hour and a half of us just talking about UFC shit, which I enjoy and I love, but I think maybe people who may listen that aren't so into the UFC might just like be like, ah, fuck, just turn it off. You know what I mean? So it'd be kind of cool to like have its own separate thing. I don't know.
That would be cool. Like,
That would be cool.
do we could do like a
Even if they were shorter and you did more of them
Yeah.
Yeah, our terror episodes run a half an hour.
Really?
That's what
So
I
we
mean.
cut
If you
them in
did like a
half.
couple half-hour ones a week,
Oh man.
You get more content out there.
yeah, it would
See?
be way more content. And people like I know if I'm listening to a podcast, I'm not going to listen for an hour. Like I got shit to do. I might listen for. I mean, and
But
that's
the average listener listens for over an hour.
well, I know, but I'm saying that might broaden it out a little bit to people who like me. Like I listen
I'll
to
admit,
podcasts,
like
but
Chael
I
Sonnen's
don't.
podcast, he usually he sometimes he does more, but a lot of times he does like 30 minutes, and that's great because like it comes out. It's like 7:30 in the morning when I wake up, my phone buzzes. Chael
See,
Sonnen has a new episode.
I
and
see
just-
that
on
one
the way to
bothers
work.
me because 20 minutes of that episode are commercials.
No, there's probably like 2.5, 3 minutes of commercials total. Well, no, there's
There's
3
3 minutes in the middle of it, too.
Least, yeah.
Marin is the big one. I love Marin, but he's the big one with like the 10-minute
Get up
commercial
on that.
sequences. Oh, I'm sorry.
You can pull it
I
close
know.
to you.
I
It's
know
okay.
better
It's
too.
Okay. It's okay.
Snuggle
I'm a
it,
loud
Davey.
motherfucker.
I'll turn the gain down. You'll be all right. Here. There, now you can get up on it.
Get up on it.
I didn't even know we were recording. I thought, do people listen to you guys talk about podcasting? Content
yeah.
Corner with Dave Z. and
Dude,
Marcus
our
Savage.
numbers have never been better. It is the
Are they
weirdest
consistent?
goddamn thing.
That's awesome, man.
Yes.
I was
Like,
shitting my pants when I had consistent numbers. And I'm done. I'm good.
No, like
I'm plateaued.
I plateaued. I'm done. I've reached my peak.
19% of our listens are coming from Sweden right now. Why the fuck is that happening? I love you bastards.
See how this side runs. You know, we're not all weirdos. I mean,
Listen
we're
to-
weirdos, but
Listen to these retards. It's
I'm
that
a
kind of thing.
Swedish plumber.
Yes.
we covered a little urban legend about a Swedish. I don't want to call it a monster, but as more as it was like a weirdo hanging out in the woods. It was called Lill-Lojan, and he was a Swedish gentleman who dressed in the woods in like a gas mask and this camo raincoat. And people would see him wandering in the woods while people would go out to find him. And eventually, it started getting around town that there was some sort of monster out there. And one day, they just found the gas mask and the raincoat and a note. And it was basically like, hey, fuck you. This is getting dangerous. This was my therapy, and you took that away from me. So they never
Yeah.
found who this guy was, but apparently some dude just needed to get something out of his system, and he would dress up like a creep and stalk the woods.
That's fucking.
That's the
Pretty
saddest
Sweden.
thing I have ever heard of.
And the
my life.
creepiest thing.
See, we were just talking about like serial killers because I'm branching out like into true crime podcast. The third time I've mentioned it. But anyways, like
Is that what it's called? The True Crime Podcast?
one of them's called Case Files True Crime, and the other one was called Serial Killers. I'm just really into killers right now.
My favorite murder is the big one right now. That's
Really?
like Georgia Hardwick and Karen Kilgariff. It's kind of like the dollar.
Is that like where they like go back and forth?
Yeah.
I heard that one too. That one's pretty alright.
If you could get into the dollop with Dave Anthony and Gareth Reynolds, you'll get into my favorite murder.
Yes, I remember that one. Because I like the episodes where it's just dedicated to like one
I'm not
case.
sure if I have a favorite murder. That's interesting. You have a favorite murder.
And he knew it at the drop of a hat. We get no thought.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting.
We actually the last episode Alina did, our third head on the podcast, or fourth head on the podcast, she did one all about killer yinzers.
Oh, shit.
So
That
Pittsburgh
actually-
serial killers. We're gonna have a continuation of that. I don't want to say this January, but I think here in a couple months. In the next 3 months, we'll have a sequel to it. But she
Okay.
digs up some pretty interesting stuff. There's a lot of dismemberments.
Yeah.
There's a lot of body parts found at the train station.
So I just dove into the Golden State Killer, and like I'm all about it right now.
God, are you reading the book by Patton's wife?
See, I mentioned that one too. No, I'm gonna get it on Audible. I think.
Why is her name flying out of my head?
Michelle
It's okay.
McNamara.
There we go. Thank you.
I only remember that name because of Nip Tuck.
And that dude was
I remember that show. I never watched it, but I remember that being on.
That show was tits.
Nip Tuck was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, ADD.
no. Hey, we have it too.
Yeah.
I
we
thought
went for Golden
podcasts were
State.
just robot chicken in conversation form. Just like, oh,
Yeah,
now
pretty
this,
much.
oh, now that. Like, that's, yeah.
Well, this one is like it's specifically like how I describe having ADD, where
Yeah.
it's continuously running down a hallway filled with doors, and those doors open up and lead to another hallway full of doors,
Huh.
and it never ends.
Well, what I've always loved about your work is that where I envy you that you could just finish this and put it online right after you're done. Whereas you pity me because I take the time to edit and cut out all the fucking nonsense.
Yeah, no, I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah, fuck it.
This is mostly nonsense.
Homie, we're going fucking live video this year. We ain't got time for this shit.
Really, we're getting there too. I mean, we've done a couple so far on the Facebook Live there, but there's more I want to pursue, but I don't want to get too wrapped up into like focusing on video content because I want to get the audio content. That's good enough, but there's more I want to do.
I'm gonna continue to do the audio. I'm just gonna do YouTube Live every week.
Yeah, I need to. We need to get a couple camera setups.
Oh, dude, you don't want to. You don't even want to know how much a TriCaster costs.
Man, I keep forgetting.
Buy a
fucking,
webcam.
Theo's got some cameras somewhere, and he keeps telling me I can. I'll talk. I keep forgetting to bring it up around when like neither one of us are doing anything. But he has these fucking decent ass cameras that he's willing to let go for cheap. So
Really?
yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah. If they're any good, let me know.
I remember one. They're older, but they're pretty good.
I'll take a look at it. I'm in the market.
Okay. I want cameras too, because like I was saying earlier, I used to film like a lot of shows, a lot of road trips and stuff. I filmed like our whole first trip to Atlanta from the time I leave my house till the time I get back to my house. It's just me randomly turning on my camera for shit for my first time in Atlanta.
See, that's what I want to do.
And and it's in a tape in my cupboard somewhere. Like, you know what I mean?
This is New Year, New Us goals for what we're doing.
Can I just say something about the new U2, the new Vincent Ruby? You guys are hot.
Thanks.
Like banging.
I appreciate it.
I don't know which one I want more sometimes.
It's me.
Probably.
Well, Vince smells like pepperoni, so I'm kind of attracted to that.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's what's doing it.
Fuck all of you.
Sorry. You kind of suck.
You can fucking see ya.
If it's any consolation, I want you the most.
I got these dogs. I don't need any of you guys.
But no, I want to start doing more like events and branching out and like going places and going to like conventions and like example I've been giving is like going to like gay pride parades and doing like straight without hate shit there.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of people and the caliber of people you could probably get in for interviews would be pretty impressive too.
Yeah.
Like just I keep kicking myself because I'm not getting into the Comic Cons, like still CityCon. I'm pretty sure all of us could just buy a booth and just be there. And if we're lucky and if they catch your attention, who knows who you could interview there.
We could swapcast. I know none of these people, so it'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. No, we would have to get like lanyards and shit and totally just do shit up. We'll have someone run security.
You.
Me.
Get your brother.
I'll just run security.
Get little you.
Yeah, get Derek, put on his vest.
We were set up at this festival. When was I going to say like October in Weirton called the Gate 5 Festival. Good little shindig, but they had that area. There's like this green space that used to have Dunbar School or Cove School. Well, that's now kind of an amphitheater area. So you had all like the craft vendors up that way, but down in this little place called Cove Commons, which is kind of like cattywampus from that. That's where we were set up all by ourselves. But their justification was that the mural is getting done right there. So people are going to pay attention to us. No, they really liked the mural. Well, the attraction, I wasn't there, so it was a bummer. The attraction, there was two.
Was it an episode without you?
No.
Oh.
We would have liked to get interviews, but it was our first time out like that. But so at least we had stickers. We bought the stickers. We've been giving those out. Get some merch.
Why the fuck don't I have a fucking Midnight Scario sticker?
Because I haven't brought you one, and I'm sorry.
Fucking Dave.
What the?
I'm a
I have.
fuckhead.
Where's it at? Right
I'll smack one up.
I have
on
a
my,
picture, a brand new picture I got for Christmas. That's a piece of art known as tree cock.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
was
cock on
wondering.
a tree.
I was gonna say. that
I
looks
see
kinda
it now.
phallic.
Okay.
Does anyone want to know who bought that for Vince?
Not bought it.
Who made it for Vince?
JP.
Nope. My mother.
Vince's
Oh, God damn it!
My mother and stepfather.
Uh,
I believe you took that picture.
I was
in
gonna
a
guess
forest.
one of the boys, but I couldn't remember either of their names.
Nope,
And I was just gonna blurt one of them
Xander's
out.
like, it looks like a thumbs up.
He
Yeah.
said, that's hilarious. It's a thumb.
Sure
Yes.
is, buddy.
And now
Yes,
he
it is. You
calls
got
it
it.
tree thumb instead of tree cock.
Oh, Mom, I'm getting tree thumb.
We're
Don't-
great parents,
don't.
by the way.
Don't call CPS. They're both healthy and well adjusted.
They're fine.
One of them's getting a bear. It's all good.
Yeah.
For
The
tax
same
season.
one.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
kid.
There's security.
Yeah. Yeah. Make
The bear, or do you mean Xander?
Xander.
Oh, I was
and
thinking
the
the
bear.
bear.
Xander walking around a bear.
Yeah. Like they're just
security.
best friends now.
Yeah.
He would love a bear. He's so lovable.
He just wakes up. Hey, Winnie. Oh.
That bear would be sleeping in his bed in 1 week. Unless it's the half of a bear, then it's probably not going to be in his bed in 1 week.
Oh shit.
That's terrifying. The sad part is, I'm pretty sure we can probably buy a bear.
Probably.
I mean, if we move to Texas, anything's possible.
Nope. New Philadelphia, right at when you get to the end of Tappan, right before you take that exit to go up to Yurksville, there used to be, it was like some sort of like a tractor parts for like a farm or something like that. They had a caged live bear there.
Holy
that
shit.
you could just walk up to and be like, "Hey, bear,"
Wow.
and it'd be like, "Fuck my life."
I know somewhere around between here and Newark, there's a Buffalo Ranch.
Well, that's
And
rad.
I think they sell like buffalo meat. I'm pretty
Yeah?
sure they do. Yeah. I don't
Isn't that where the Great Trails Festival is in Carrollton?
I fucking have no clue.
'Cause that's-
I had to.
that's
take a
why I
piss
go there
real
for the
bad
buffalo
pulled off the highway. Fucking have
Buffalo Farm.
had a couple
No
roadblocks,
shit.
took an exit, and was like, "Hey, buffalo." And then,
Couple of road balls.
that happens from time to time. If I don't have anything to do after practice, I'm usually It's a long ride, man. 6 beers goes a long way. You know what I mean?
Listen, that's less than 2 beers an hour. You're fine.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That's like drinking at
It's about
lunch
2.5
while you're at
hours.
work.
Yeah, and I don't slam them like that. It's the scenery, and I'm sitting here bullshitting with one of my really good friends I don't see all the time. Have a couple beers,
Oh, is that
Well,
your
if you're out in
panel?
the fucking boondocks, there ain't no one around.
Yeah, fucking dude. I haven't used GPS.
It's not like you're fucking littering.
No. I've got hiding.
That's a real
compartments.
crime.
No, I got hiding compartments in my van and everything. I just bring them in and throw them.
Oh, that's
away.
your panel van out there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's actually not panel. It's windows. That's how you know I'm not a creeper. I got the windows
That's
and
the distinction.
the bench
Well,
seats in there.
he's a touring musician, so this is actual functionality.
Yeah, I'm the guy with the van and the
It's
band.
not like he's just like
The
buying.
rest of them are just the
That's
guys
your
with
job.
the talent.
Right.
No,
They're the
Dave
beauty and the
Stone-
talent.
Yeah.
Dave Stone from the Boogie Monster, he moved out to LA to pursue comedy, and he didn't want to deal with getting an apartment and dealing with rent, so he just bought a panel van,
And just lived in it.
carpeted it up, and
Yeah, you can
he lived
convert
in that
those
for
things.
like 3-4 years
Mhm.
doing stand-up comedy.
That's actually one of my plans for like just at one point in my life is to just live out of my van.
That's a nightmare for me.
I sleep in my van all the time. If I could sleep in my van in Gary, Indiana,
works.
in fucking like early winter, I could sleep anywhere.
And like
in my
I
van.
could, I don't wanna.
Yeah.
I want like a 3,000 square foot house and like
I honestly, what I
30
really
square
want
foot
is
van.
right.
what I really want is like whether it's a house or a fucking trailer, I don't care, but I want like at least like 10 acres.
right land.
Yeah.
I just want enough land that I can go do some Vince shit. You know what I mean?
What would Vince do with all that land?
Vince would build a studio. Vince is gonna build a studio.
You know what I want to do?
Oh, I just saw your bare ass running naked through the field.
Yeah.
I'm
Those
gonna
are
be
Vince
naked
things.
the entire time.
I want to buy enough property so that I can build a house on it and Vince can build a house on it.
By
And
studio,
then-
I mean I'm gonna build my own apartment.
And then we can see each other like when we wanna.
That's,
Yeah,
But,
that's
like-
kind of my
I
girlfriend's
feel like
deal.
that might be the
He's got
fucking
land.
key.
That's
to
the key. Because then
a
I don't
long
have to look at
a
his
long and
shit. I
healthy
don't have to
relationship.
see him if
He
I
can
don't
go
want
be
to.
in
Like, I
his
got
house
shit
doing
to do.
podcast shit,
Yeah, I don't
watching
care.
Die Hard.
See, if she had a
Got
house
boobies
that
hanging
she
up on the wall.
absolutely loved, and then out back we had a garage with an apartment over top of it
Yeah.
that
Oh,
I've turned into
deal.
a studio.
That'd be
That's our
fucking
goal. So he can just like live out there.
lit. Yeah.
And
Those
like,
are great.
Yeah.
But then
I
we have
love-
like family time and then we have personal time.
Yeah, of
so like
course.
if you're on your time, I don't give a shit what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you're on my time, you need to be here.
Yeah,
But if
for
not,
sure.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
my own lab for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a goal.
I want to build a barn. Like
Yes,
actually, like, well, get people who know how to build a barn, and then I want to like hammer some nails and like have
Oh,
them
you
tell me
guys
what
need to
do,
do a
and then, like, we all
podcast
build a
with the
barn
Amish,
together.
please. Get the
That would be
Troyers
the
in.
funnest time.
Do you know any Amish? Will
They
talk-
they
will
build
talk to me?
houses all the time on Marlin Heights.
Will they talk to us?
Well, hire them, get them to build the barn, and be like, hey, do you want to take a break? Have some whatever it is you want to drink, and
How do I convince them that talking to me is work?
Because then they'll do it to their
because they'll
fullest.
just meet you and have to do this podcast.
Maybe
and
if
that'll
you
be-
offer them money, be like, I will pay you $50, but I need you to really
an
give me my
absurd
$50
plan, Vince.
worth.
I mean, would they even be allowed to like talk into a
I
microphone
don't
on
know.
purpose?
Yeah, it's like I'm not.
You need one of those little
Go on
buttons.
the dude.
Those
The
little button
internet is the
cameras.
devil to them. They see fucking.
Are you allowed
they
to
drive-
houses with plumbing?
They're walking down the street in a horse and buggy, and they just hear like Nicki Minaj, "My pussy smells bad," and then like they're like, "Holy shit!" And then everyone's got these fucking glowy things that they're staring into all day, and it's
That's
like, "Oh, the
terrifying.
internet's the devil."
But this-
no, we're not going
Like,
to talk to the
over
internet.
the last 20 years,
I understand though.
yeah,
That's
over the last
shitty.
20 years, the Amish are the only ones that have watched society just go full blown retard.
yeah. Holy
And
shit!
they're the same.
Well,
They're
they're which is Mennonite? Mennonite's the strictly no.
No,
No,
Mennonites.
Mennonites allowed to do a couple
Mennonites
things.
can
I
like
think.
shop at Aldi's.
I
and
think these
shit.
would be Mennonites then because they have the whole really nice sign. It's under construction.
Yeah.
Contracting from Troy.
And see, we get Mennonites like in my store. Like they'll come in and buy. Like they usually don't spend much, but they'll buy stuff.
perfectly
And
nice people.
they have like debit cards. Like they have stuff. But then there's like the Amish.
We don't think you're all heathens.
Like the Amish are like the vegans.
You
like
see
they
them
don't
at
get to
Rogers
do
Sale
anything.
out in fucking Rogers, Ohio.
Yeah.
For
Dude,
sure.
I've heard it might be urban legends, but I've heard that like they'll pay people to go in there and bang their women
I've heard that too when I
To
was in
help-
like high school.
to help fix like the inbreeding problems.
That
Yeah.
would make sense.
Like they need help with the population.
that
yeah.
somebody has a fetish and they are just so happy right
Oh,
now.
God.
What a job!
I remember, yeah. When
Can we
when
take a barn as payment? Because I'm now, now I want a barn.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Go bang their wives for barns.
Yo.
roll
They'll
it.
be
They
so
will roll it to
big.
your property
I would
for
get
you.
some barns built.
AJ,
Slinging some
AJ.
dick.
They
Slinging some
they
dick
could
too.
really,
Imagine Viking Amish people.
they could
Oh,
really
dude,
get
they
work
would-
done.
they would love me. I'm huge.
You're
They'd be
huge.
like,
They would
"Fuck
get
yeah,
rid
I
of
want a
horses.
son like that.
They
Yeah.
that horse sign.
They
It would just
wouldn't
become like
even
a
need
Sasquatch
'em.
kind of sign, like with you on it.
AJ,
though.
this is the moment.
This is my
your
calling.
this is the moment. You've been waiting.
bang
We
it on.
figured
the
it out.
unbreeder.
I'm gonna write just a concept EP called "Bangin' Amish,"
You're
and it's
gonna
gonna
have
be the
so many
happiest music I'll
barns.
ever write.
Yeah.
We're all gonna have.
And I'm gonna
barns.
produce it.
Yeah, "Bangin' Amish," man.
That's
Oh,
like a
shit.
business to get into.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Have you ever seen how fast they can build a barn? That shit's up in like 9 hours.
You're fucking kidding.
It's up in like a
Probably.
day.
I
Yeah,
thought you were
yeah.
gonna say, "Have you seen how fast you can make them come?"
I'm more impressed with their barns.
They're probably not allowed to enjoy anything.
Oh, they can't
Yeah.
actually like have fun. Like
Yeah.
the dudes probably can, but definitely not the women.
Like I will promise you 10 fucking 6'4" Viking Amish people.
Yeah.
Right, for 2 barns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have very strong genetics. See my facial hair? All I have to do is shave the. Hey man, I'm halfway there. My mustache is blonde as
Wait,
fuck.
no,
So
just-
like, it wants me to have an
just
Amish beard.
Ask how many people does it take to build a barn in 3 days? I promise you that many people for a barn.
Right.
Why 3 days? How about an afternoon?
Right, because they can build that shit in an afternoon.
And it's not like a
Well,
ma-
that's
it's
a
not
lot
like
of
group
fucking
5.
right there.
Yeah.
AJ, I have faith in you. Come on, Aaron.
Just fucking take some probiotics or something. You know, I suppose I could do some.
Take
This
some
is out there.
probiotics.
He's out there with fucking like yo playing like pineapple juice, just fucking hosing
kombucha,
bitches
just
down.
drinking kombucha.
I eat a lot of oysters.
Do some squats, eat some eggs. Fucking, I don't know how it works. Is that how it works?
You guys want to, get all, saucy, get all like fancy, go up to Berlin, Ohio for an evening, see what we could dig up there. That's Amish country. It's
Oh,
close.
nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's like the commercial Amish country.
Yeah. I mean,
Is that where they build like those little fucking hobby sheds and shit?
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
it's nice. If you go there for an afternoon, you're going to eat well and you're going
I
to
like
see
to
some
go
good
and
shit.
eat cheese.
That's what you do.
That's
you
what
eat
you eat.
cheese, you get the wine.
I don't even get the wine. I just
See,
eat
I
the
don't trust
cheese.
it because how do they wash their hands?
They don't. It's fine. Do you think people where you fucking go eat at a restaurant wash their hands? Absolutely not. And those people
No.
are cleaner than we are.
But at least they have like, how are they cleaner though?
I just assume
They have a
are.
Their
community
soul's
well.
cleaner, for sure.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
use powdered soap. That stuff really gets in there. I don't know.
Either way, they're not dirtier than people that work at fucking Texas Roadhouse.
I just bet they stink a lot.
I bet they do.
Ugh. I just thought of that.
Like you're gonna go in there with that fucking Amish
It's
chick,
not
and
gonna
it's
be
gonna.
fun.
Oh, that
It's gonna s-
that is a downfall of the job.
Put like Vicks under your nose.
Put Vicks under my nose and pop a little blue pill.
You'll be all right. Viagra and
Just have some
Adderall.
deodorant.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh shit, Viagra and Adderall.
Viagra and Molly. I'll try to get to know her first.
I really want our spirits to connect.
Yeah. So like, what do you do all day? You just knit?
just
That's it?
Just butter.
Do you go outside? When you're allowed? What does that mean?
When are chores done?
Yeah.
What do you mean when you sleep?
What time do you go to bed?
That sounds like a lot of sleeping in the winter. when
Yeah.
You go to bed at dark and get up at
Fucking Jebediah pals on the door. Hey, I don't hear any screwing. That'd be terrible.
Now, do you charge by the hour or by the case?
I think by the I would imagine
I
by
say
the load.
case. I say
By
each
the
one.
Yeah.
by the load.
Because I feel
by
like
the load.
you're not going to spend an hour with
Do you
any
have
of these
Can you like
bitches.
distribute? Can you like?
No, I'm trying to get in.
Oh
And
no,
get
no,
out.
That's
no!
right.
You're not allowed to like
I'd be
this
Navy
at all.
SEAling that shit.
Right.
Oh, this.
No, they put a
pure-
sheet over
pure
sheet over the
business.
top
I might
of them.
show up blue balled, like just
Right.
fucking let's get this.
Like
over
you,
with.
you don't actually make eye contact with.
No,
this
it's
broad.
not like a prostitute.
Yeah,
like,
and this is all. I mean, this is all whether
it's
or not
strictly
this is
business.
true. I
Yeah.
imagine it's true.
I've accepted it as true. You can't take this
yeah,
from me now.
I feel like it's
Like
true
I never
somewhere.
want to Snopes of this shit.
no,
Yeah.
no. If this is not true, I hope I never know.
Like, oh, you know what else? Speaking of things that aren't true that people never knew, people honestly didn't know that movie that Kevin McAllister was watching in Home Alone
Was fake.
isn't a real movie.
Yeah.
Oh, with
Really?
something with even
the
filthier
Tommy
souls,
gun?
or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. That's, I forget who that actor is, but I've seen. him
People
in things
never
before, yeah.
realized that wasn't a real movie.
I
Yeah,
never
like they would
realized
try to
that.
find it. Yeah, it was just
Wait, they'll
made.
hold it right there.
That's the
Yeah.
worst scene
with the
ever.
Tommy gun.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
scenes were just made for Home
But
Alone.
oh, it's
Oh,
so
that's
memorable.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like
know, that's
people
a
are coming to
solid
unglued
flick.
about it right now.
That's such a good movie. Like
I've
Macaulay
watched
Culkin
Home
kills
Alone
in both
so
those.
many times in like the last 2 weeks.
I've
I
done a
mean,
lot of
like
Christmas
tens
Story.
of times.
Oh,
I've also
I've-
done a lot of Christmas Story.
we fucking crushed A Christmas Story this year.
We did.
I've watched it at least 5 times.
Or I've watched it more than 5 times.
I saw about 10
mean,
minutes
this year.
of it at my parents.
What? No, I mean this year too.
Really?
Yeah, I watched it forever.
That's true. We did get up and watch it. We watched it twice, like the night it came on.
The 24-hour marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did that start? I mean,
It
when
starts
did
at
that
8:00.
It
No,
starts
but
at
when
8
did
p.m.
it start?
It's been my entire conscious life so far.
Yeah, I feel like it's been my entire conscious
I remember
life.
seeing it on for like midnight, like really 9.
Yeah, it might have been,
9
like,
p.m.
midnight.
Christmas Eve all the way to like midnight.
Or it might have
through
been, like,
Christmas. I've seen it like
Christmas
that one
morning
year.
all day. Like it might have got longer over time, but
See,
it's been
it goes-
my whole life.
It goes 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. now.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And I think it's a really nice thing they do. Just
I think
so
it's
like
awesome.
people don't,
You
you
wanna
can
watch it,
replay
yeah.
this tape, and not everyone has to be at that fucking
You know,
broadcast station for Christmas.
when
Well,
I
yeah.
watched it again this year, it had been a while. Like I had skipped it, not for any reason, because I would watch. Muppet Christmas Carol became a big one. Always Sunny. would
well, we
get
watched
into
that
the
too.
rotation.
Did you fuck my fucking mom
But
sandwich?
this year, like that movie genuinely made me laugh.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Because working in retail, I felt like those elves in that Santa Claus, where they're just
Yeah.
like shucking the kids down the slide.
Oh, retail's so bad. I worked Christmas Eve late, and then I had to
Oh,
be
it
there.
was,
Like,
it was wonderful. What
we
am I
had
talking
a
about?
floor set Christmas Eve, so I was there doing floor set Christmas Eve night, and then I was there again at 7:00 this morning.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
We were the only place open, and just a sea of black in Weirton. Like
That
it was
sucks.
bad. It was
What
us
time?
and Sheets. 7:00. Everything else shut down at like 6.
Oh, you mean at night?
Yeah.
On Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Okay, we closed at 6, but I was still there.
And then
late.
everybody was just desperately looking for somewhere to shop, and then everybody just ran in.
'Cause you were the
Apparently,
only
from
one
what I
open.
hear, Walmart just went, "Hey, you people in line that have been standing here for a while, tough cookies,
Oh,
get
no
the
shit.
fuck out." Yeah, they just told you and all of you, get out of here. Like, holy shit.
But
and
good
and
for
I'm not
them, though. Like,
disclosing where
it's
I work.
Christmas.
And I'm not going
Go
to disclose
fuck
where I work
home.
now, but I'm proud of what we did because we let everybody come in. There was a cutoff.
Yeah.
Like, because when the line was halfway through the store and people started coming, I was like, "Hey, listen, I'm really sorry." And like, "No, it's fine. It was Merry Christmas," and they went
All
on
right.
their way.
Well, that's nice.
Everybody left happy except the last woman who had to second guess everything we did. Then she rang up a huge order, and then her check bounced, and then she didn't have money
Right.
in her card. And it was just like, really, you?
The last one.
It's fine. Merry Christmas. Just go.
Get the fuck out.
And she was rambling on as she went out the door. But, it wasn't bad. It's like at this point, I'm so used to it.
Right.
But I more fear for the people that aren't used to it sometimes.
Yeah, because that's tough. This is like my, I don't know, like 10th Christmas in retail.
Yeah, it gets tired. It gets grating, but it's whatever.
Dude.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
This has been by far my worst year at the post office at Christmas.
Yeah, you had a rough one this year.
Just because we were so short-handed that it was just all of us going 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And like every week I would have 10 hours of overtime. And that just went on from like Black Friday clear through like yesterday. And I mean it's still going to go on for a couple of days, but I am so fucking tired.
Yeah. My shit finally loosened up. Christmas Eve, I only worked 3.5 hours.
Really?
And then I didn't do
Well, that's
anything
rad.
Christmas Day. And then today I worked about 8 hours today. So it's starting to even back out, I think.
Nice.
Yeah,
So-
I've been clocking like 9 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like, it's been. I mean, the money is good, but it just after a while. Well, I will say this: for everything that was a pain in the ass this whole time, Christmas was great. Like it
Oh,
was
hell
just
yeah.
fine just to chill with the people you love. Cece, she spruced up the podcast real nice. She got us 2 new mics. I got some new setups and everything.
That was sweet of her.
It's just very nice just to eat food, drink liquor, and play with your toys. I got a Nintendo Switch.
Did you?
Couldn't be happier.
Congratulations.
Probably gonna leave here in a couple minutes to run over to the stupid mall to pick up a Mario game.
Are you going to?
And that's what I did. Like, I really let myself kind of get into the Christmas spirit because what I really hated were a lot of people I'm working with just shitting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone. They
And
look
we've
so,
talked about that
we're all
before.
grown
Yeah.
up. But I'm too
No.
cool for I love Christmas. Man.
I
love
fucking
being
It's
around
love
great. It was
love
great.
Christmas.
And
I
guess
love
what? It's not over yet. It's not over. Yeah.
over.
No, as long
We're
as my
done
tree's
now.
up, yeah.
I'm ready to take my tree down. I'm just too lazy.
I got a lot of eggnog. I gotta
We'll
get
kick
through
the
that.
fucking thing over. I just know that I'm gonna wake up tomorrow to a fucking remember this goddamn day that I don't want to remember, and I'm over it now. We had a great Christmas. We gave the kids a real good day,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
and
Isn't that great? I bet that was fun.
we won the day.
Yeah.
We finished the whole like second half of the day by just
Dude, I slept all day.
napping, and then we ate a disgusting
Oh, we got
amount
Chinese
of Chinese
food because it was Christmas. Me and Vince, that's our
You
that's
gave
our
me shit last year when I did that.
Christmas tradition.
Yeah,
So
we
you're
got
gonna
it.
get salmonella.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't this time.
I didn't either. It was great. It was delicious.
Did you have Chinese yesterday?
Can't get
For Christmas?
salmonella
Oh,
from
you
cats.
should
No, I
have.
had a lot of
I
other
ain't had
delicious
Chinese
food.
food in a minute.
The place across the street is pretty legit if you
Yeah.
ever.
Mhm.
Yeah,
venture
like
over
on
I
there.
I
like
agree.
Family Inn.
Where is it?
Family Lynn.
I don't know where that is.
Family
it's up in, it's up in
Family
East
Inn.
Liverpool. It's up in East Liverpool. It's pretty decent. It's Szechuan's is the best, but it's the most expensive. So
Saga,
just under that,
Robinson. Mm.
Well, see, the thing is, like, we don't eat it enough that like it would be worth paying. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's so few and far between that we
Gotcha.
actually eat that. That
I eat it
like, I
probably
would pay
2-3
for some
times a
delicious
year.
ass food.
Yeah,
We
I
went
try
on a
to-
36-hour. I'm gonna eat whatever the hell I want to eat.
it's
Uh,
fucking Christmas. Yeah, I'm going on
from-
like a week long eating whatever the hell I want to eat because
From
everything
when I
gets
clocked
strict.
out on
Yeah.
fucking Monday through when I went to bed last night, and pretty much right now because I'm eating Christmas cookies. today.
Yeah, you're eating all of those cookies.
Yeah, I don't
and
give a shit.
I'm just watching you do it.
I got a trail of lasagna for Christmas.
See, but
I'm
that's the
gonna
thing.
eat
You're
that like
really good
Garfield.
about like this is my day to ball out of control and eat half a tray of pizza and a box of cookies, and then not do it again for 2 months. You know?
I do it weekly.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how I stay sane.
Yeah,
Because like I'm a good boy all week.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday I'm just a
but that's good. You can
filthy,
do that.
filthy
'Cause
asshole.
some people, you're just a slob.
Quit hitting on Dave.
I come home and like say I'm like alone. I'm sitting there like without a shirt on,
Yeah.
and I ordered like a large with extra cheese and pepperoni and like the stuffed cheesy bread. I'm fucking eating it all.
Yeah,
And it's like the grease is dripping on me.
Yeah,
I'm like,
sex
I'm a
is
dirty
ex-
boy.
He had
I
sex
did
in
that
his
for
eye.
when I lost 20 pounds. That's what I did. I fucking just Sunday was my day. I'd get either fried chicken or pizza. Start off the day with some hot dog shop, and end the day with either a box of fried chicken or a pizza. Or hey, once in a while, sure, get that box of fried chicken and a small pizza.
And that
Why the
pizza.
fuck not? But yeah, every day after that, it was waking up, eating fruit and drinking water for breakfast. That's it. And then for lunch, get these things that were just meat and cheese and a wrapper from Sheets usually, because on the road all the time. You can't
Right.
fucking. Or a lot of times I would actually make boiled chicken and broccoli was a big one for a long time. Just every day, boy. And it got old after a minute.
We eat
But,
chicken and broccoli like every day.
but the thing is, like,
so
it's
good though.
It's
That's what I want right
it's pretty
now.
damn good, and it's also good for like after I eat it, I fucking feel like Superman. And it's like I know I got like 4 more stops that are all like 2 hours apart and fucking heavy ass shit, but I just feel like I just got a good night's sleep
Oh,
after
dude,
I
we'll
eat that.
we'll throw
As
some.
opposed to like today, I had some Chex Mix, a meat stick, and some fucking not so sweet tea or whatever the fuck it's called, or the not too sweet tea, pure leaf or whatever. Not the best shit, but that's me balling out of control until New Year's.
That's
you know?
not bad.
Yeah, that's
No,
not
it's
as
not
bad.
at
I
all.
fucking still don't
I'm
eat
gonna
fast
hop
food
right
ever.
back on the train tomorrow. I mean, it's not gonna deter me from like eating like shit like Saturday,
Yeah,
because this is Christmas eating like shit. This is a treat yourself kind of thing.
yeah,
So I'm just getting away with one.
right.
What the hell was I gonna say?
Well, I had a question on food because I get some mean fried chicken cravings, and fuck KFC. Where do you get fried chicken around here?
I have no idea. I don't eat. fried
Either
chicken.
do I. It's like
I don't think that's really a thing anymore.
and
I
that's a
just do
bummer.
Italos up in Liverpool. You guys have an
Italos?
Italos around here, don't you?
Yeah,
No.
I think.
I think you do.
What the hell's an
You don't?
Italos?
I just you don't know what you don't know what
Shit.
Italos is, girl.
I don't.
Italos.
No,
Italos
That's
is
the
Sicilian.
place to get chicken. in
Davey, do you want
Liverpool.
to go on a fried chicken date one day? We'll go get
Yeah.
Italos.
I do.
Let's do that. We'll
You
go
can-
to
you
Italos.
can
We gotta
It's
eat
Liverpool.
We got to bring
Yeah.
my girlfriend, or she'll be highly pissed.
Oh, all
It's up in
right.
Glenmore. It's like my grandma's neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood.
Well,
and everything.
text it to me or something,
All right.
and I'll Google where it's at, and
All
we'll
right.
go.
Downtown Italos used to be the spot, but then it just
It
I don't
sounds
know what
scary. It
happened.
sounds sketchy there.
it was right across. You might know about the Dresden murder, the 729 or 759 Dresden.
Sketchy
795
as
Dresden.
shit. See,
No.
Some pregnant chick got beat to death or whatever
Holy
by her
damn.
boyfriend, and that happened in like the 80s, and they never caught the guy. And it's like broad daylight
yeah.
downtown, like where everybody is, and yeah, dude was never arrested.
I know about what is it? Pretty Boy Floyd. I hear that about that
yeah,
story.
he got shot down out by Gretchen's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying.
But yeah, this was like the 80s. Yeah, and some dude I think he shot her. A different chick got beat to death downtown
You got to bounce.
with
Yeah.
a fucking baseball bat.
Oh, dude, we're gonna wrap this shit up anyway.
Oh, no,
No, we're an hour 40 in.
Oh shit. And you're putting that right up.
Yeah, it'll be out like
Good for you,
it'll
good
be
for
out
you.
before you get home.
Oh,
I usually listen to it on the way home just to make sure I didn't say anything too cringy. You know what I mean?
I don't. I put it out there and I go, forget
Well, I mean,
it.
I know there's nothing I can do.
do you ever
about
listen
it,
to anything?
Fuck
again?
no.
I listen. To
What's that
some
one
of them.
thing? It's an infomercial. You said it and forget it. That's what I do.
Oh, that was like a timer. Wasn't it like a timer thing? You said it. It was like a set it. It was a thing.
I forget what it was for.
Ron Popeil.
Huh?
Ron Popeil, that dude.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I know dumb shit. I know a lot.
You
of
know
dumb
the
shit.
you know the people's names in the infomercials?
Well, Weird Al wrote a song about him.
I was gonna say I know the one guy that
What
did
can
too
you
much
make?
cocaine.
Billy Mays.
Billy
Mr.
Mays.
Yeah.
Hi, Billy Mays here.
Billy Mays here.
Needed way too
Jesus
much.
Christ, Billy. What are you screaming for?
Yeah.
It just came out of the womb talking
What's
like
the
it.
new guy? Jack Swift is the new Billy
Oh, is
Mays.
it?
Oh,
Jack
Jack
Swift.
can go fuck himself.
Flex Seal. Grr.
Oh,
I
that
saw
guy.
this boat in half. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I saw
You
you.
fucked up a perfectly good boat.
Yeah, really.
That shit's gonna dissolve in like a week.
That's a lot of damage.
Put more on it.
Stab in the bucket. That's a lot of damage.
Quit drilling holes in that fucking bucket, you psycho.
Yeah.
This is property
You know you
damage
don't
at some
need
point.
to stand under it, right? Coming at me with that bullshit. Coming
Comes
way
out there
too
that
hot.
fucking glue and a bowling ball and a fucking 2x4 over top of his head.
Yeah.
Like you know that thing falls off there, it's gonna kill you, right? like
Fucking guy.
like DEA. Yeah.
Puppies.
Murdered.
Murdered. Oh god. All right. I'm wrapping this shit up. Good night.
Good night.
Bye,
Good
Good night,
everybody.
everybody. Thanks for having me.
See you next Tuesday.